Hello, everyone, and good evening, and welcome to the Halloween special of Prestige Encounters. I'm the Dungeon Master Salkos for this special one-shot, and we'll be bringing everyone else in just a moment. But before we do and give introduction to our players for this evening, I have a few announcements to get through. First and foremost, a lot of the music you'll be hearing tonight, especially tonight, is brought to you by Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate is a music production group creating goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music that you can be using at your tables at home, especially during spooky season. Find their music on Spotify, watch their music videos on YouTube, or even ask your Amazon Alexa device to play Midnight Syndicate right now. We also are using the sounds, ambient effects, and playlists of Arkenforge. Arkenforge is a comprehensive tool for dungeon masters that includes cartography and soundscapes. You can go to their website, and we have a direct link for you if you use the command !forge and use the code prestige at checkout for $5 off your purchase of the Master School Kit. It is a one-time fee, no subscriptions necessary. It's gonna be a real good time. Let's go ahead and bring everybody else in. Hello, everybody else.
Hello.
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 Now, everyone has these wonderful bust portraits on their feeds here. All of these busts were done by Starving Artist. Starving Artist is a artist who does a lot of the character art for our campaign, all the coloring for our characters in campaign 2. Ms. Talon, you can go ahead and find her commission information in our Discord. If you use the command !Discord in our chat, you will get that link. We'll go ahead and get that in there for you. All the sketches of the character art was completed by Slimy Rice, aka Jeremiah, who is Aspen in our second campaign as well for Prestige Encounters. So, great talent, go to our Discord to find their commission info for their very fair pricing for the quality of product that you will get. And that is all I have for my announcements. However, I do want to give our players, as some people might not be recognizable, to introduce yourselves and kind of talk about their experience with D&D so far, and then we'll meet their characters very soon. But first, we're going to start with our very own cast member of the main campaign, who is Noah. And Noah, you can go ahead.
Hi, there I am. Hi, my name is Noah, as you know. It's very nice to see you all again. I'm greatly looking forward to tonight's one-shot because this is a character who's been very dear to my heart for quite a while, and I haven't been able to play him in a little over a year. But I'm also very much looking forward to playing our guests for tonight, all of whom have been longtime friends of mine up to this point. So just real quick, my D&D journey started at the beginning of the pandemic, as I'm sure is the case for so many of you out there. And I have taken to it very keenly, for want of any other shows to do. And I love doing it, and I play multiple games a week. Behold, some of my fellow players.
Thank you so much, Noah. Let's go ahead to the other Michael. That's not me.
Other Michael. Not necessarily the better Michael, but a Michael nonetheless. That's me. My name is Michael. Very excited to be here tonight. Love playing D&D in any context. Been playing since 2nd edition when I was about 13 years old. Been playing off and on ever since. Like Noah, picked it up in a big way during the pandemic and never stopped. Try to play at least once a week, and it's always so much fun. That's me. There's not much else to say. I'm just a guy who's playing D&D tonight.
Thank you so much, not me, Michael. Wes, who is actually one of our community staff members and runs a lot of events in the Discord. Go ahead, Wes.
Hey, I'm West. Yeah, I do a lot of events in the Discord, mainly trivia, which is obviously my favorite thing. I don't do a lot of D&D. I used to be in our current DMs, who Michael up there.
Hi.
I used to be in his campaign, and then all I've been doing is like one-shots through PGC, so it's been pretty cool. But it's been probably since the Easter one-shot since I've actually played D&D, so we're going to see how this goes. But yeah, that's me. What's up?
Thank you so much.
Sure
And
thing. We'll fix that now.
last but certainly not least, returning to us for a one-shot, is Guy as well.
Hello. Welcome from Canada. So my experience with Dungeons and Dragons actually started not too dissimilar from the visiting Michael with us today. I started back with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, so second edition. Kept playing role-playing games here and there over time, but it was really once again the pandemic and honestly D&D streaming stuff like Prestige that got me really hungry to play again. And my first campaign was actually back with Noah playing when he was playing Phineas Rex on a non-stream session, and very excited to play with a new version of the character. But to say, I watch Prestige every week, and I'm just always loving to play more.
Thank you so much. So everyone, go ahead and grab your drinks, grab your snacks as we welcome you to our table, and we now begin session special Halloween of Prestige Encounters. So, if everyone may, just for a moment, I would like for you to close your eyes, those in chat as well. You four are a misfit group of adventurers who recently took on the task of slaying a hydra that was plaguing local farmers and killing their livestock beyond the Doblight Hollow, located right outside the city of Stagreach in the Kingdom of Rivermore. The battle was intense, and you are tired as the sun is just now beginning to set beyond the horizon and the canopy of the trees arcing above you. The branches spread like spindly arms, blocking out the remaining golden light that the horizon had to offer as you venture deeper into the forest. Gray-brown moss hangs low from the tree branches, parasitic to the life forms around it. Sound of owls, bugs, and other life forms resonate throughout the forest. And then the soft pitter-patter of raindrops coming down from the sky as they begin to pelt the leaves above, collecting and coalescing together to drop in small pools below, creating a nice puddle-ridden ground and path before you.
Oh shit. Damp tonight.
And it's at this point I would like to introduce our heroes for the evening. You may open your eyes. Phineas, if you would like to describe your character, please.
Very well. You see a pale human male in his early 40s, standing upright, but not really making up for the fact that he's about 5'8" or so, and frightfully skinny. He has thinning black hair culminating in something of a widow's peak over his high forehead, and the sides of his hair going grey. He has a rather large black handlebar moustache, which kind of proceeds all the way out over into his hair. His eyes are bloodshot, possibly from a long history of substance abuse, sleepless nights, or some combination thereof. He has black, arched eyebrows, the look of someone with a sharp tongue. He wears a stiff-collared white shirt with a black tie beneath a black and red vest. His clothes are fine, but somewhat... He's clearly accustomed to enjoying expensive things, but a little threadbare, suggesting he's fallen on hard times or he's had to leave his home in a hurry. And perhaps the most notable thing about him is that there, poking through from black cloth he's wearing, is the head of a baby, currently sleeping, cuddled up against his chest, strapped in by a sort of leather baby Bjorn that he's wearing underneath his coat. The little baby is blonde, and just right now cozily sleeping. Of course, everyone else in the party knows the baby to look quite different, usually with red hair and horns, but we'll get to that.
Not important.
Yeah.
Not important.
No, just a small detail.
The point is, don't stop talking, Julian's sleeping.
Phineas, as the now becoming a downpour begins to soak into your fine clothes, you look to your left and see your traveling companion known as Casimir. Casimir, would you like to describe yourself, please?
Of course. So Casimir is a tall imposing, pale-skinned tiefling man. He looks very much a warrior, wearing black and silver clothing, well-fitted, white bat-like wings drooping along his back. He seems arrogant, hard in the face, very cruel and bitter if you look at him. Remarkably, his face has red, almost smoldering cracks running along it, streaking up into his black horns. And he's well armed, many weapons on him. He seems disturbed by the weather and more exhausted.
On the other side, Phineas is a drow woman, seeming to have trouble to light a cigarette in this rain.
Yes, a very tall. You see a very tall, very beautiful drow woman. Perfect white skin, alabaster white. Looks like a porcelain doll, except almost 7 feet tall. Long black hair underneath a wide-brimmed hat. A dress, a long black dress. With she wears a ruby around her neck, and yes, she has a cigarette in her cigarette holder, snapping her fingers to light a flame on the tip of her thumb, but it doesn't quite catch, and she turns to Phineas. Look, I've had enough. We're done. We're done walking for today.
Please allow me, Lady Gwyn. I'll lean forward and snap my fingers and just light the cigarette with prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Just a few more steps, I'm sure, Lady Gwyn. I'm fairly certain we saw a tavern or an inn further along the road.
There's nothing. This whole place is dismal. My dress is covered in mud. I'm done. We're done. We're set up camp right here.
A little bit behind the pack is the final member of your party. Cherish, if you would like to describe yourself, please.
Yes, so Cherish is a 5'2" tiefling. He's very small. He's not what you would expect a tiefling to be, other than he's a whack job. He's got little goat kind of horns going on. His skin's like this pale sky blue. It's almost, he's got this black hair that kind of goes back. It almost looks like crow feathers in a way, but he's got a slick back because he's cool. He has a feather necklace that he always has with him. If he gets in any trouble, he always likes to hold on to that, and you can always tell when he's nervous because that's what he does. He's wearing really common clothes. He's not shy at all. So that's Cherish. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So as you all continue down this path, it seems to get narrower. The trunks of the trees growing closer together, brambles, unkept, less traveled pathways.
We're lost, aren't we?
No, nonsense, I'm sure it's... Maybe we can ask those wolves for the direction.
You're trying to ask wolves for directions.
I don't know.
You speak wolf? I do not speak wolf.
I don't. I was hoping Cherish might speak wolf.
Oh, wolves. Huh. Do I know how to speak to wolves? I don't know if I speak to wolves. Do I speak to wolves? Do you know how to speak to wolves?
No one knows how to speak to wolves. Not even those who claim to.
All I know is Julian is going to catch a cold if we do not set up camp soon. I do not think we are finding a tavern.
I'd rather not sleep in the mud, besides which, I'd rather think we don't have a tent.
Game Master.
Yes.
Are we aware of any civilization at all nearby? Or have we been trying to reach it and perhaps have fallen astray?
So go and roll for survival, please.
I refuse. Make somebody else do it.
I think it was something like
Hey, I'll give you a 19.
A 19.
Wow.
Civilization has been on my brain. I've been thinking about this all day.
So, you all were heading back towards Stagreach. The city that is just to the west of where you vanquish this Hydra, where the job was given to you by the lawmaster from a bulletin board that you found. But as you look around, this is not a place that you seem to remember. The trees look darker, more twisted. It's not the path that you came from to get to your destination to begin with.
Okay.
It's a shortcut. I
Listen.
hope.
I mean, shame we lost the ranger. They would have been helpful.
Yes. Right
What
into
about
the mouth of the Hydra he ran. This very gruesome sight.
Bit of a loner, really.
Yeah.
Well,
The conversation, I agree, will pick up now that he is gone, but our odds of surviving the night without becoming absolutely soaked to the bone, this has gone down.
well, here's a thought there. Casimir, pop a wing up, would you?
It's not how they work.
Come on, please. Can't you see he's cold? Can't you see that?
Julian is going to catch a cold if you do not help Casimir.
The devils
this
catch
one thing.
cold.
Very cold, yes. Must keep devils very warm all the time.
Do you really want to risk it?
Very hot in the Nine Hells it is.
My God.
Isn't that right? Isn't that right? I'll turn. A raven familiar has been keeping a holding pattern up above. Is that not right, Merlin? Warm in the Nine Hells. You would know.
The raven caws sternly, as if to signify that it is cold in this rain.
No, yes. Come on down.
Yeah.
Get out of the rain. You're going to. Ugh.
All you're going to do is make my wings cold.
Never fear, Lady Guinevere. As much as you complain, I'm convinced you make this noise just to keep yourself going. Another turn of the road, I'm sure.
I mean, if we can't find a way, then we just need to make camp.
Indeed.
What is everybody's passive perception?
Let's see. I thought it'd be a 10, sir. A 10.
And
11.
11.
13.
What was the? I got the 11, 11, 10. What was the last one?
13 from Lady
13.
Gwen.
Lady Gwen, it is at this point you hear a soft panting just beyond the tree line.
Everybody shut up.
What?
Somebody is. I think they're singing. I think there's a tavern. I think we're close. 1 second. No, here. This way. And I'm gonna go towards it. I'm gonna follow the will of the wisp deep into the swamp and die.
She always does this.
As I approach, it's chanting. Do I recognize the chant?
Panting.
Are we summoning?
Panting.
Oh, panting.
Panting.
I'm sorry. Wait, no, it is not. No, it is not singing. It is a dog panting. Merlin, do you hear this? Where is that stupid raven?
And can you see a raven at night?
So just in the direction where you heard this sound come from, some bushes begin to rustle.
Cast mage armor on myself. I'm not dying again. I'm not dying again today. Now that the cleric is also dead.
Yeah, I also cast mage armor.
And I'm doing the same thing.
I'm going to stand behind Casimir.
No,
Going to stand behind Julian is what you're going to stand behind. You lazy
and then
boy.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to point down the road and I'm going to make the shape of an elk appear. And at the same time, I'm going to twist my hand with silent image. It's an elk. It's just going to sort of, but it'll be silent. And at that point, I'm going to wave my hand and snap my fingers, and with minor illusion, it's going to make some elf noises. And if you'll permit me another 6 seconds, I'm going to use prestidigitation to throw the smell of an elk 30 feet forward. wafting in the gentle or the stormy evening breeze, and hope for the best. I'll make sure the smell is a little bit bloody, and then I'm gonna give the elk a little limp,
He really is theatrical.
and then I'm
It's
going
actually-
to use. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to pass it down in a diagonal, and then correspondingly on the silent image, there'll be a gash opening on the side of the elk, blood peering down. I'll make the sound with minor illusion of pattering, blood spattering on the ground. A little cry of help. And I'll whisper to him, "Don't worry, it's me."
I just feel like he's missed his calling. This is really impressive. Like, there's a lot of things going on at once.
It's a classic lure. It works from the Hydra.
Well, I thought the Ranger worked on the Hydra.
From the
Fed it to
brush. From the brush. It continues to rustle, it growing and crescendoing above. And from the shadows, you see a small, I guess about a medium size, brown ball of fur emerge. Looks up.
What? What is it?
Is it dinner?
Use your words, Cherish.
Touch it.
And it seems to be a dog.
Dog. I'm gonna run up to it.
Oh God, this is happening. All right, Cherish, you found your puppy.
Make an
Have a
animal
cookie.
handling check.
Cherish is gonna reach down and like, hi there, I'm Cherish. Hi, and just keep petting it over and over and over and over and over again.
Would you roll for animal handling for me, Cherish?
Okay. Oof. Oh, it's not going through.
Get a little
We'll just
levity
call it
before
up.
things get scary.
It said 10.
10. The animal seems to be timid. It is drenched. It's shaking. Then kind of backs away from you. Puts its back inside up against the bushes it just emerged from.
No. I'm nice. You're nice. We're friends. Come back.
From down the road, the elk makes another wounded noise. And then it sort of looks back a little put out.
Seems
You
like
tried your best, Phineas. It's okay.
It's
Nobody blames you for not luring the dog out of the woods.
I'm not convinced it's done yet. That might be a diversion.
I mean,
Too.
the effort is worth it. Honestly, like even if it didn't work, the mastery of the theatrics is just brilliant. I would
Thank you, Jasmine,
definitely.
but at the moment, I don't need your congratulations. I need your armor. I'll be standing right here.
nothing goes after the elk, amazingly.
Yeah, he tosses Phineas a copper. That's what you deserve for the theatrics.
Go for Asmodeus' sake. I'll just sort of rip it down. It'll just sort of dismiss into wind, dissipate.
So, Cherish, do you have a new pet dog? This is.
It doesn't want me.
It's okay. We'll keep
You
it.
try.
Well, what do you think? Is it edible?
I mean, everything's edible if you cook it well enough.
Dog. Not edible.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I too have not reached a place in my life where I've started eating dogs. You disgusting people.
Dogs are friends, not food.
Fair enough. Does it mean to follow us,
I don't like-
Cherish, or can we leave it at the nearest tree?
I mean, I think is it backed away? Is it gone?
It is currently
It's not.
cautiously keeping its
It's not.
distance, but not darting off into the brush.
I would suggest you don't give it a name, or if you do, just be mindful that as soon as you give it a name, it's going to die.
Dart. His name's Dart.
It's oh dear.
God,
Now
okay.
he's named the dog. Ugh, we're never rid of this thing now.
Yeah. Well,
Look at
I
that
mean,
mangy mutt covered in lice, I'm certain. I slid
no.
nowhere near the dog.
I assume Dot's shot for D'Artagnan. So
You can go ahead and roll another animal handling check, please. This time with advantage.
Me?
Yeah. You're the one so attached to the dog.
yeah, Cherish is the only good one amongst us apparently.
Yeah. Okay, the first one was a 14, and the second one was a 9.
So 14. I'll do it. The dog's begins to wag his tail a little bit, gives out a little arch, and then darts back into the bushes.
It is gone.
I think that was an easy exit.
Shut up.
A few moments that you hear,
Where's it? Hi, Dart. I'm just gonna walk.
well, a few more moments that you hear,
That was it.
"Arr." And then coming out of the bush once again, this time hind legs first, is Dart. And he's dragging something.
Dart. What'd you bring me? What'd you get?
He whips his head around, and at your feet lands a forearm with a hand attached.
The dog is armed.
Ooh. Oh, so you're not a nice dog. Dart, bad boy.
Has it dropped the arm, or is it still holding it in its
It
mouth?
has dropped it at Cherish's feet.
I'm going to approach the arm. I'd like to pick it up
Sure.
and look at it. Finally, something we can use. I'm going to look at it. What kind of arm am I looking at here? Like, is it big and muscly? Is it hairy?
So at first glance, it seems to be about an average. It's not anyone who did any sort of heavy lifting. It's not someone who was necessarily starving either. Just about
Okay.
average. And there is like tattered, kind of very weathered shreds of clothing that are left, but there is a rather putrid smell coming from it, as if it's been there a while.
I'm
keep your rain off you, is it?
well. I'm completely ignoring. Like I've put away. I've kind of had a parasol and I put that away. I'm like looking at this arm. Sniff it. Look at the fingernails. I'm gonna look at Dart and I'm gonna say, "All right, good boy. Where'd you find this? Is there more?"
Oh, necromancers.
Shut up. I'm trying to talk to a dog. I'm talking to you.
Dog looks up to you and just wags its tail.
Okay. Okay, go find. Okay. Cherish, you talk to it. I don't know why to talk to a dog.
Because I'm gonna Cherish is gonna pat, and then it's gonna go that way. Okay, where's that? Show me.
Make it another animal handling check.
Okay.
Yeah, I really cherish. That's not meant to be just a pun. It's just been great.
Lady Gwen, an academic question, if I may.
Yes.
Is it within your power to animate this arm?
If it was, and I'm not saying it's not, but if it was, it's just an arm. Very little use this has. I'm not going to pull the threads of the weave to force this arm to animate by the power of my will so that it can, flop around on the ground?
Oh, yes, fair enough. I'm just thinking it would be incredibly funny sometime.
Very funny, yes. This, and Gwen's gonna just ponder this for a while Cherish.
You could teach it sign
wrestle
language.
it down.
9.
9. Dog looks at you, kind of walks in a circle, and lays down and turns around on its back for you to give it belly scratches.
That's not what I wanted, but you're cute.
It's showing you its belly. You must strike.
I suspect that arm was the remains of whoever it is last encountered the Hydra, perhaps a week ago or so. This thing was rampaging through the countryside. At any rate, I suggest we continue along this road. We may be able to discover the inn. Or if you like, we can try to backtrack, but I'm getting footsore. If we can find a dry spot and set up camp, I'd be equally happy. What say you?
Well, the question about the arm, because it looks decomposed. Does it look like it's been drenched and soaked in water, bloated, or does it look like it might have been somewhere dry?
Make a medicine check.
Okay, that's not going to go well. Oh, actually, it's a good stat for me. That is 21.
21. It doesn't seem to be a remains that have been in water for long, as it doesn't have any sort of that like absorption bloating from it. But it seems to have been someone who's been dead at least 2 or 3 days.
I mean, with a little bit I know of medicine just from the war, it doesn't look like it's been out in the it's dead for a while, but it doesn't look like it's bloated. Wherever this arm came from, it was dry.
Not a Hydra victim?
Perhaps not.
But for hell's sake, it's not our problem.
I know. Why are we
make it-
talking about this? I thought we were
Are you-
going to go find a dead body, and that was going to be cool. We'll have it set up camp for us. Now all I have is an arm.
The mystery is delicious, but so is
I
a
mean-
warm fire.
Well, it's also the mystery of where I can find a place that's not soaking wet, so I don't get hypothermia. So, if we have a literal arm gifted to us to show us the way, let's jump at it.
What do you say, Cherish? Shall we head along, or do you think otherwise?
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
All right. I think we continue on down the road, away from the mystery of the disembodied hand.
All right. As you continue down the road, you hear a soft pitter patter behind you to see that Cherish is being followed by Dart.
Friend.
You continue on regardless. You
I want to pick up dog.
Absolutely. You continue for about another 20-30 minutes. And it's at this point that Casimir, you trip over something and catch yourself. But what you've caught yourself on with your, as you like reach with your left hand to like stop yourself on something, is made of stone. Just with a lot of vines and overgrowth around it.
What is
This road is becoming impassable. We should set up camp and then in the morning deal with this.
Does this look like it's part of a larger structure, or?
Yeah, so kind of like peeling back some of the vines, you see stone bricks, and then you look a little bit more to the side, and it appears to be rusted iron bars attached to this pillar of sorts.
There was a structure here before, by the looks of it.
There are many ruins in these woods. Civilization comes and goes. This is no mystery, yes. Is there something strange about this particular structure, Casimir? Do you think that we could find shelter here?
That's what I'm hoping.
Maybe
I
there
say,
was a roof still intact.
I mean, if we work together, I mean, I don't know if we're anywhere close to our goal. I mean,
With uncanny timing, there is a sound of thunder and a flash of lightning, revealing the outline of what seems to be a rundown manor.
Oh, well, there it is.
I see establishment.
I mean-
Well, if you don't mind, I'm just going to wrap my hands together and then hurl 4 globules of light, and one of them is going. At least one of them is going to perch itself right by the window, all the way up in the highest point, as far away as I can. If I can land it in the interior of the house, so much the better. But I'm trying to illuminate anything within, and also the shape of the house itself. The other 3 are going to sort of perch around the exterior. There's a light over in that place.
I'm gonna lean over to Cherish. I can do that too. I just don't want to. I'm too tired. This looks
I
very
bet
cool.
you are very cool. You
Yeah.
seem like a very cool person.
Yeah. I am a very cool person.
I knew I liked you from the start.
So,
Anything happening? I didn't see any
eliminated
flickers.
about. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna give you a visual.
Oh,
Please do.
oh, it's that day. It's that time.
Show me.
Show me the visual.
Show me the money.
So you might have to zoom out a little bit to find your token. If you do not have
Okay.
dark vision, you're gonna have a little bit of a hard time.
Oh, it's all right. So at this time, if you don't mind, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently shake Julian awake. Darling, it's that time, I'm afraid. And he's just going to the baby's just going to yawn and try to turn over and go back to sleep. But instead, I'm just going to shake it. It's going to blearily open 2 blood red eyes, and then it's going to shape-shift itself into let me see, I think it's a bat, just sort of a bat. That's what it's going to do. And then it's going to perch itself on my shoulder, and then I'm going to roll my eyeballs back in my head and see through its senses, which will give me darkfish to about 60 feet.
I'll go ahead and edit your token to
Thank you.
do that.
Of course I can see. Of course I can see in the dark. I don't know how you surface dwellers deal with the sun. You insist on being awake during the day and sleeping at night. It's so blinding. I cannot see during the day. It's a very homey place, though. I'm not impressed with the location, but yeah, it seems nice.
So as you walk onto the grounds past this rusted, dilapidated iron gate, you come up to what is a stone porch with an awning over it, with this heavy oak or spruce door in front of you. The windows are boarded. There are vines and overgrowth all around that just seems like this place has not been inhabited in some time.
I'd like to ask Merlin. Merlin, do you see anybody? I'm going to ask that telepathically.
Go ahead and roll perception for your familiar.
I will do that. I will roll a d20. That's a natural 15. And if you give me a moment to bring up his sheet, then I will tell you what
bring up the thing.
Right.
Go ahead and
But it's going to be base 15.
Okay.
Perception plus 1, 16. Oh, perception plus 3, 18.
Yeah, so looking around, there doesn't appear to be anyone that you can see in the immediate vicinity.
No, nothing, Merlin? Are you by yourselves? Okay. Yeah, Merlin says there's nobody in here. We can just go in. Do you want to knock anyway?
Cherish is going to cast invisibility on himself and slowly go to the door and open and just walk in and check everything out.
So the door's locked.
Oh, it's not.
Heavy
I can
iron
unlock it.
padlock.
Oh, it's bad.
How strong does it look?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. That sounds interesting. It's a natural 1.
A natural 1 doesn't look too strong at all.
All right, Casimir, bash it up.
Yeah, just rip it off.
He's gonna pull out a Morning Star because natural 1s breed in good indecisions, and he's gonna swing it at the padlock.
Roll for strength.
Roll for strength.
And while this is
okay.
happening, the storm just continues to grow in intensity outside.
Is the wind blowing?
Strength check. That's a 13.
13. As you hit the door, just this shock reverberates up your arm and into your shoulder. It stings quite a bit.
That was a good idea. I'm very happy I did that. He walks away, rubbing his arm, slipping the Morning Star back away. Somebody else want to try something more subtle?
Why don't we? Why don't we just? Why don't we just have a silent eye? Pick it up. Oh, right. The Hydra. Man, that thing ate a bunch of us, didn't it? Man.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss that talk.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Does anyone even remember the cleric? What was her name?
It didn't matter. Look, since I started my Rome Shringa, I'll be honest.
Hands, I think he
I
called
have-
himself.
I have run into so many of you people, and gone through so many companions. It's all starting to blur together.
No, there was a frog.
Could have done with less of that cleric, though. He was always about those touch spells. Kept saying they were necessary. I thought he was getting off on the whole thing.
Seriously, just speak the healing word for once in a while. You don't.
Yeah,
always
let's say. Well,
lay
Yeah.
hands on me.
Casimir,
he
I can't
definitely
help but
touched
notice-
me while doing healing word. So
I can't help but notice the door's still closed.
Yes, this is your
I-
job now.
okay. You know what?
I'm getting
you
rained
guys,
on really hard out here.
You guys are hesitating. He's gonna try and swing at it again with the Morning Star.
Another check, please.
Yeah. All right, that is a 15.
15. Roll for damage.
Roll for damage with my Morning Star. All right. That is 8.
8. Door begins to splinter.
Hmm.
The
This
whole
is
building seems to kind of groan with it.
let's see.
Jared wants to beat him with a hammer.
You have a hammer?
I have a hammer.
Mm.
Okay.
Crowbar.
Hammer seems like more fun, but crowbar might be smarter. Hammer first, crowbar second,
Okay.
or hammer and crowbar.
Oh,
Is
that is
the-
good.
Is there a window on this floor, Michael?
Yeah, there are a number of windows actually.
I'm going to approach, while this whole foolishness is happening with trying to knock down the entire building, I'm going to approach one of the closed windows, just try to look inside.
Sure, gonna roll for perception with disadvantage as you're kind of peeking
Yeah.
through boards that are covering these gaps.
Sure, if it's all like boarded up.
Yeah.
Gladly will I do this.
Go ahead and make another strength check, this time with advantage since you have Cherish helping you.
Okay, so we're gonna do this as a combination. It's rock cherish.
And that was a 15 on perception from me.
Yeah, strength check is 17 this time.
I'll go ahead and move your dog a little bit. So about here, what you see peering inside is what looks to be an old sitting room. There is dust-covered furniture, broken vases, and other things. And there's also a piano on the opposite wall from where you see. The door does groan as you continue to pry it open, and it comes loose and off the hinges.
Well done, old man.
Okay.
Sometimes
No.
it's more fun to brute force the problem.
Is Jared still invisible?
Were you invisible?
Yeah. I casted it before I realized the door was locked.
That lasts 10 minutes, does it not? Or an hour? How long does invisibility last?
1 hour.
I don't know.
1 hour? So yeah, you would still be invisible.
Okay. I'm
Where did Cherish go?
I don't
He
know.
was just standing
I-
there. Where did he
No,
go?
I'm pretty I'm pretty sure Cherish got by the Hydra too. The whole day
No.
starting to bloody. I'm exhausted.
And you just hear inside the thing, guys, I'm in here.
No. Oh, are you invisible again, Cherish?
Ah,
Oh,
Yeah.
you have to stop doing that, Merlin. Please warn me if
And then
you
you,
ever see
like-
Cherish turn invisible.
You see the dog hovering.
All right, Cherish. Well, while you've got the oh dear. Well, while you've in prime position to bait out any monsters that might be living in here, would you be a good chap and make sure that at least the front hall is safe for us?
I'm going to give the dog to Gwen.
No,
Take.
I like she like backs away with her hands up. No. I'm not touching that thing. I'm going to catch the
Anyone?
mange from that awful
Anyone
thing.
want dog? Anyone? Oh,
The dog is a wild animal. It can handle. It'll take care of itself. I'm sure it'll follow you by scent alone.
okay. I put down, and I go back inside. And just
The scent
Alright.
is just very pungent.
I stand there and I lock eyes with the dog.
You can move your token to the first room if you'd like. There, Cherish.
Oh, that is not the move. Ooh. Ooh.
So, kind of as you step in, the sounds of the storm a little quieter as you are now inside.
We don't have to yell in here.
What's that? Is it clear? Is it all clear? Yes or no? Could
We
we
checked for traps and enemies. It's all clear. There's no threats.
I need to look.
Roll for investigation.
Okay.
Cherish opens their eyes.
19.
Awesome.
So, looking around, in the immediate vicinity, there does not appear to be any traps. However, the boards are kind of warped, and the gaps between them are growing versus what used to be a very fine chateau in the forest. There are old trophies of hunts along the wall with suits of armor kind of standing still as if keeping guard of the main foyer. And there's a number of broken columns, furniture, perhaps vandalism that you see strewn about with a very moth-eaten rug before you.
Okay, so Charis immediately sees the armor. Is it shiny? Is it dirty? What is it?
It is heavily covered in dust and cobwebs.
Okay. Yeah, it's very, 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 very used. This house is holy. And well, you can't see me.
But
Holy.
holy
You
is
got
in like
We're
you know.
on sacred ground.
What's
This is a
your
holy
stand?
Great.
I think holes in the floor. Those floorboards are probably rotten.
Holes in the floor.
Yeah.
So
It's-
literally not.
Right, all right. I'm getting damp enough as it is.
Yes, I'm
I'm
going
relatively
to.
moist now, and I'm gonna shove my way in. And
Yeah, I'm like trying to push past Phineas. Like,
Sure.
right, yes, yes.
we're-
You'll hear a thud as y'all push chairs to the ground.
Yeah. Here we are. And I'm going to rub my hands together and then spread out 4 globules of light in each corner of this room. To create some nice, warm, cozy light. Oof.
So I will go ahead and get some torches.
Ooh, dynamic lighting magic.
beautiful. And it's all made possible by Roll20.
Thank you, Roll20. Please sponsor us.
I was like, the call the sponsor really makes that for me.
Yeah.
Seriously though.
Look at that. Look at that.
Once we're inside, I'm looking around, I'm clocking all these like weird things. Like I'm gonna close my parasol. I'm gonna step up to one of these suits of armor and just kind of give it a tap. Like, it's very dirty in here.
Yeah,
It could be nice though.
as you kind of tap on the helmet, it comes loose and falls to the ground. The cobwebs kind of like tearing away from it as it does, and it makes a very loud rattling sound as it does. And as you look down, pouring out of this helmet seems to be a nest of small black spiders as they kind of scatter across the floor.
Oh dear.
Oh, look at this! Look, they're just little babies.
Can I go
Look
ahead and
at
have
you.
everybody make a wisdom saving throw, please? As we're going to introduce, for those of you watching or listening, we're going to introduce our second mechanic for the night. As you see, all of our character tokens here have a small blue bar beneath their health bars. This is their sanity, as if they fail their wisdom saving throws throughout the night, growing in difficulty, they will slowly become insane.
I'll give you a 1 + 3. That's a dirty 4. A dirty 4.
A natural
9.
1.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody passed except for Gwen. There's just something unsettling about this. Typically, you don't find spiders unnerving, but in combination of this place before you, it's unsettling.
So
And just-
yeah, I go to reach down to pick up one of the spiders, which is my instinct, like these adorable little things. And then yeah, it's just I feel weird. Like this is. I've never been creeped out by spiders before. This is very. I don't want to. Okay, I'm leaving, and then I'm going to step into the next room with the one that I was peeking in on. I'm going to go over there. Let them handle this whole spider situation. This is nothing.
And Gwen,
Except for
just,
arachnids.
just for a moment, you feel as if there's a presence just behind your left shoulder, watching you.
Cherish, are you invisible again? Cherish, where are you right
Still.
now? You have to call
I-
out. If you get close to me, remember the rules. If you get close to me, you have to say it.
I am way over there.
I think he's over here.
Dude, Cherish waves, but you can't see a wave.
He's right next to you.
He's waving at me. I can tell he's waving at me.
And
I'm cooking tennis.
you all hear the sound of a door closing.
No.
The entrance door?
Is indeed shut behind you.
Is it, didn't we just destroy that door? How did that? Oh, excuse me.
Ah, new friend.
Oh dear God.
As far as I'm concerned, this is a good thing. You smashed the damn lock. I was worried we'd have a draft all night.
Nothing at all disconcerting about that.
Well, there's a few things disconcerting about that, but that's life, isn't it?
Life, death, they're all disconcerting.
Let me see.
Friend, where are you?
Could be a weighted door. Let's not dismiss the mundane.
Yeah. So yeah, Casimir's gonna go check the door.
I'm going to check on Lady Guinevere, and I'm just going to. You are still there. Oh, there you are.
Oh. Cherish, do not sneak up on me. Oh, Phineas, it's you. Oh.
It's still not me.
Didn't want to say anything in front of the others, but I think we've got a ghost in our hands.
I mean, I don't know how to break this to you, but this place is 10,000% haunted. I mean,
I thought it might be, but I wanted to check with the expert.
I guess I shouldn't assume. Michael, Game Master, do I have any would I even know if a place is haunted? Just because I'm a necromancer doesn't mean I'm one of those people that knows if places is haunted.
Make an Arcana check.
I will. Ooh, that's a natural 2, but I'll give you a 12. Some plus 10.
Okay, so 12. You have dealt with spirits, and you are a necromancer, so it gives you a little bit of expertise. I mean, a door closing in a drafty storm doesn't necessarily mean that it's haunted. Often places that are very lavish and upkept can be infested with malevolent spirits. It's just like there's a correlation between as it gets warmer outside, there's more murders. That doesn't mean they're the causation of each other.
Castle Rex had a weighted door just like it. Usually to creep out visitors.
I would bet good money that this place is haunted. That does not mean that the door has locked us in. Just means we may run into a ghost. Could be a friendly ghost, Could be a buddy.
Yeah.
Maybe they're lonely.
Is Dart giving any signs of something else being in there?
Dart is just chilling.
Dart,
Maybe.
you know help.
I thought dogs were good at detecting ghosts. Is that just an old wives'
Why are
tale?
you not looking?
I'd like to move into that sitting room that I was peeking in on before with the keyboard. What do I see in here as I come in?
Yeah, so stepping into the sitting room, you see, similar dilapidation as the foyer when you first entered, but this one seems to be more of a room meant for entertaining. Could have easily been converted into a sort of a ballroom if you move the furniture around, with a bar that is once again covered in these cobwebs, heavily dusted, not necessarily used. There's also a piano on the far side of the room with a rug to match as well. And as you kind of look around, you see that there are a number of portrait paintings.
Okay. And how do these portrait paintings... Well, actually, before I go over to inspect the portrait paintings, I'd like to inspect the bar.
Sure.
What do they got back? I'm going to go right in behind and start looking at the bottles. They got any good wine?
So as you are kind of scouring the bar, you find a number of liquors that have seem to be quite old. A few broken bottles, more broken than whole. As you grab one bottle and kind of uncork it and you smell it, you just get this very pungent smell of vinegar, as this might have once been wine, but is not currently. Go to roll for investigation, see what else you can find.
Okay.
Anything good?
Oh, this is turned.
No.
We're not taking good
By
care
the
of this
way,
stuff.
Lady Guinevere, since you failed your wisdom save earlier, I forgot to mention this. I do need you to roll a d4, please,
I will.
and subtract that from your sanity.
Oh, I'll sure. I'll gladly will I do this. That's a 3, so I'm 3 less sane than I was before. That's an 18 on investigation on the bar.
18. So looking around, and you do see that there is a cabinet that seems to have the hinges a little bit rusted, and you manage to kind of just pull it out. And there are some full bottles, and you find a nice red wine. It seems to be a Shiraz.
Oh, I'm gonna uncork it. I'm gonna find one like a dusty glass. Just I'm gonna pour myself a glass and walk over to the piano and try to start playing.
Oh, you found something. No
Yeah.
bourbon back there, was there?
Nothing that I think is in any fit state to drink. But you're welcome to share this bottle of red with me.
Very kind of you. I was going to say, if you found some bourbon, I would make you an absolutely killer Ara Bonebreaker.
I absolutely believe this is the case. I could really use one of your bone breakers.
But some wine will suffice, of course. Go ahead. Go ahead, Cherry.
Chairs is still invisible. Next thing you know, you hear the piano playing.
Oh God, it's haunted! There's a ghost right there!
I said it as soon as we walked in. I said this place is not 10,000%. It's 1,000,000% haunted.
Right, what are we going to do? Okay, I've got
Okay,
a little distracted.
everyone
waiting.
panic.
Okay,
All right.
everyone just focus your firepower on the piano.
You hear Gwyn's voice echo as she starts to pull magic from the weave and prepare powerful necromantic.
Sweet. It's me.
Oh
No.
my God, it's impersonating
Wait.
Cherish.
Oh, Cherish the rules. You're forgetting the invisible rules. You cannot do. You cannot do this.
I like to scare people.
Well, you don't.
Did it
You don't
hurt?
like to scare any. That's not. You don't like it anymore. You hate scaring. people.
Wait.
Worst thing.
Were you trying to scare the
have-
ghost?
The ghost is friend. I make friends with anything. I like
Oh my
friends.
god. You know, you think we missed one with the Hydra. There was just one more head.
Nonsense. He's a survivor.
And where would the fun be if I was not here?
Exactly. And I'll pass over a glass of wine to Jer. You held that in your hands there. Then I'll drink mine. My face will turn sour at the flavor, and I'll just sort of wave my hands over it, and it's going to taste nice. Ah. Now, I suggest we set up in here. It's a nice large space. Perhaps we can get the fire going. There's a fireplace. Oh, yes. There. And I'll trundle over to the fireplace and point at it, and snap my fingers, and light it with prestidigitation. What happens?
So
You die.
the flames come to life, and then they flicker out as if there's a strong wind blowing over them.
That's... Damn wizard school never was good for me. Let's try this again. Abracadabra!
Flames flicker
Yeah, just
or smothered out.
It's like Lady
Casimir
Queen's damn cigarettes.
yeah. Casimir fires a firebolt into the fireplace.
Go ahead and roll to hit with fireball.
I will definitely do that.
That was definitely firebolt that you're casting though, and
Yeah,
not
fireball.
fireball, right?
Natural 20.
Oh.
I mean, there's still.
So, as you cast fireball into the firebolt into the fireplace, the flames stay lit, but as they kind of begin to sputter and flicker, you hear the sound begin to reverberate around the room. This can I get a wisdom saving throw from everybody, please?
A wisdom saving throw. Glad.
I wasted my natural 20 right there on a firebolt.
I'll give you an 18 this time.
The hell was that? 6.
And that's 18.
And I just need Cherish.
14.
14. So, Phineas, you are the only one to fail that with a DC of 10.
Oh dear.
So go ahead and roll a d4 and please subtract that from your sanity modifier, please.
That's a 2.
So an 8.
Okay. Yes.
Phineas, as you are looking around at this room and the shadows being cast by the light of the fireplace, they seem to almost take a humanoid shape as they kind of dance along the walls.
Oh, it's you again.
As you kind of like shake your head and close your eyes, they return back just to shapes.
Everything okay, Phineas?
I think so. I'll look down at Julian, who has resumed baby form and is just peering around with red eyes, and I'll just look down at the baby and thought I saw your mother there for a moment.
Okay. I am going to move into the middle of the room
Okay.
and begin to ritual cast Layman's Tiny Hat. And I'll say to the group, I'm holding my cigarette holder, like it's clenched in my teeth now, while I'm moving my hands to do the ritual. It's going to take 10 minutes plus, I think, another minute. And I'm going to say, look, I think you guys are right. We should just set up camp here. If we could go looking for a bedroom, but I doubt there's anything that's going to be really fit to rest in.
All right, chaps, you know the drill. Let's all gather around Lady Gwyn and try not to break wind in here.
I think we
It's
have
going to take 11 minutes.
Yeah, let's enjoy the space while we can wait.
Well, we need to be placed for the thing to work. I only know that from my short time at the academy. Not that I ever learned the damn spell.
Private tutoring, that is the only way to go when it comes to learning magic.
Yeah, I have a feeling your professors just wanted you to stay close.
Yeah,
It's
so
putting a different light on the whole experience.
to this point, you're able to, with the fire lit, you are able to get a better look around the room that you are currently in. Sorry, I was having a little bit of trouble with the connection to Roll20.
I saw it too, yeah. And someone's
Oh,
like,
so it
no.
wasn't just me. Cool.
That happened to me
Yeah,
too.
so looking around this room, there are a number of portraits that are along these walls, and as you look, they seem to be all a mixture of human, elvish, and half elvish. Stern faces, but each one of these portraits have the eyes and mouth scratched out, or torn, or burnt.
That's a curious thing. We'll find enough peace, I suppose. Bit gauche, I think. The oil paint's a bit garish, if you ask me. On the other hand, why despoil such a fine work? You probably have to pay good money for that sort of painting. Unless it was a dispossessed child who had no idea what they were losing out on. I only speak from experience. Being a dispossessed child myself.
You think that back at Castle Rex there is a portrait of you still hanging on the wall, but with like the eyes scratched out?
I know there is. I did it.
Oh, okay. Well, it seems to me if you do not like the person, you just take the picture down.
I suppose
So much
when you're
effort.
drunk, you can't really think these things through, I suppose. In any case, now that we all know each other a little bit better, any of these portraits have eyes cut out or holes where the eyes should be by any chance? It's an old
So
trick,
as
see,
you continue
hollow
down the wall, starting from the left side of the bar, and kind of work your way along the wall to the side with the piano and towards the fireplace, the portraits start to deviate from their human and elvish silhouettes, and you start to see dwarves, a couple of tieflings, tabaxi, a mixture of people, and as they kind of make a history check.
I'll do one. That's 20. The dirtiest of 20s.
20. So you're noticing that as the portraits get newer and there seems to be a more diverse depiction of people, the portraits are newer. The clothing signifies that they come from newer ages. The more diverse and recent the portraits are itself.
Do I see a family name?
Family name. Yeah. So what languages do you speak?
A few good ones.
Oh yeah.
The creepy ones.
Crazy.
Abyssal, common, infernal.
So, just kidding. It's a common. I was
Never
buying
paid-
time. It's
it's a common.
Krizrona.
Oh, comment so boring.
Is Rona.
Krisrona. Krisrona. But the names become a multitude of different names in the newer portraits.
Anything interesting over there, Phineas? Still rich with
The
plastic.
ancestral home of the Kriznola family, something to that effect.
Kriznola.
Yes, looks like they had a jolly old time getting to know all sorts of people from around the world, after a fashion. Looked like a family that, I suppose in classical liberal sense, was steadily less racist as time went on. I suppose you can, unto them you can commend a slight upturn in fortunes. Although at some point or another it all went wrong, evidently.
Absolutely. I don't recognize this the name Chris Rona or Chris Nova.
Krisnova. It's hard to tell the R from the V. It's one of these damned archaic spellings.
Well, what language is it in? If it's in Infernal, yes, it's very strange. The R's and the V's get mixed up all the time.
I'm afraid it's a wannabe common, right?
You can also roll for history. And as you're kind of debating over these artworks, I will say at this point the invisibility for Cherish does fade out. And Dart begins to bark at the corridor just to the side here, off from the fireplace.
Okay. Oh, Dart. You stupid dog. Oh, I have to start over.
Dart. Go. Go get it.
By the way, it was a 10 on the history. There's no way I have
This is a name that you do not recognize. And Dart does, for lack of better words, dart off into this hallway, barking and growing more intense as it does. And then so you hear this shrill whine yelping from Dart.
Cherish, just remember, it's not the sound of the pain, it's the sudden stop.
And then suddenly stops.
Oh, listen, it's a relief. It's probably for the best. Listen, it's your fault. I told you not to give it a name.
Aye, you did. But it's in trouble. Friend help.
Ah.
We're doing this.
Actually, Harris is not going to go towards it. He's going to go right inside. That is all. Just up here.
So
look and go.
As you're kind of like calling out for Dart in like a more hushed tone, you see Dart's face kind of like peek around the corner, and then it falls to the ground and rolls.
Oh no!
Back. Oh, he's dead. He died.
Can I get a wisdom save from you, Cherish, please?
My condolences.
Oh, dead.
As this small pool of whatever liquid remained within its cranial cavity begins to slowly seep across the floor.
Oh, nightmares.
You know, I had a little dog once.
14, that will fail. Roll a d4, please.
My little doggy followed me home from school. Father said if it left any mess on the floor, he'd beat it to death and then beat me for a week. Of course, that's exactly what happened. Listen, for what it's worth, what I'm trying to say is that it's never easy, is it? That's why you don't give them names.
Cherish is just staring. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm freaked. Y'all, he died. He dead. Cherish just shakes.
Cherish, this is a shocking occurrence for you. It is something that this image of this small dog, however small your friendship has been with it, just this image of its head on the floor, disembodied from its own torso. You begin to ramble. You begin to mutter. And you continue to do this until one of your friends will calm you down and get your attention back.
No, it's happening.
Does somebody want to do this gently?
Just come here, Cherish. Come. Why don't you let's come and sit by the fire, shall we? Just plonk your ass here on this chair, and then we'll just think about it. Think about it logically. Now, the same thing is going to happen. It's happened to at least half of our party in the last week or so. I imagine, of course, this is a sort of the proverbial straw on the camel's back. I can see the signs of it. It happens to us all. The best I can do is tell you that well, I suppose the pithy thing to say is that it gets better, but it really doesn't. You'll just sort of become numb to it all in the end. I'm not helping, am I?
My toy chest, when I was a child growing up, in the House von Kerkhoff. It was a mimic, and we fed it the occasional dog. I was never very attached to the dogs, but I was very attached to that mimic. Very sorry when it died. Anyway, I never gave it a name, though. That's the mistake. Phineas, I agree with you. Never give it the name. Anyway, how are you doing, Cherish? Checking in. You going mad?
Hey,
Okay.
Well,
So there's-
I can see you're still in shock, so let me just wiggle my fingers and sort of lullaby music will start playing and sort of beautiful, sweet chiming sounds over Sheriff's head. There you go. That never fails to put Julian down. And then the baby's eyes will start to sort of droop. And then slump forward.
Yeah.
Fall asleep.
So as you begin to play this music, a voice begins to echo around you with the lullaby. This.
You know, I'm starting to think. I realize it's very wet outside, and I was very vocal about how I do not like that. I am starting. If there is something in this place that can just kill us, and it is haunted, and that did not mean that it was bad, but now I am thinking it is bad, and that we should leave. Maybe I set this. Maybe we find the copse of trees, and I set the tiny hut out somewhere else.
What? You
This is
haven't
good.
got the tiny hut yet? It's not finished yet?
No, I got interrupted when the dog started barking. It takes
Yes, we
11
have
minutes.
To get the hell out of here. We have to get the hell out of here right now.
No. We kill.
Yeah, killing is more fun.
This is not the time
kill.
for revenge.
We kill.
The dog's already dead. You don't have to do it.
You are not going anywhere.
Not
Wow.
anywhere.
Where's the door?
Oh,
Says who?
I'll get up. I'll look down the hallway. Is the door still there?
The door is gone.
Oh God.
Solid wood. In fact, the windows are gone.
no.
I can't see outside.
Okay.
Eldritch blast on the wall. Come on, that wallpaper can't be that strong.
Roll to attack with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Boom. 21.
21. So as you hit the walls, it begins
14.
to ricochet about
Oh,
this
shit.
this crackling
13.
energy. I actually recently learned that Eldritch Blast technically can't be used on objects. Did you guys know that? But anyway,
it's only towards a creature. You're right.
organic. Yeah, I did not know that. Anyway,
Well, now
so,
I know the house is a creature.
So that's not what I said.
Oh,
First of all.
okay.
So, but the spell rebounds and it begins to ricochet.
Oh, would you cut it out with that stupid Eldritch Blast? I don't know why you warlocks like that so much.
It's what did you call it? I always call it just the pull, the energy.
This is what comes from not having a proper school, that academy that you speak of. Foolishness. A series, decades of expensive private tutoring. That is the only way to become good magic user.
Decades. I only don't have that many.
Ah, that's right. You poor humans. You live for what, 10 years, 15 years?
Thank you.
And you
ladies and
sleep
gentlemen.
half the time. Oh, so pathetic. Anyway, we're being attacked by a terrifying being that is hiding the doors and
Devil
windows.
house.
And we're trapped inside of the house that's going to kill us now.
Well, best thing we can do, I suppose, is well, why don't we think about confronting whatever it is killed Spot or whatever the hell the name was.
Yes, why did you kill Spot?
Yes.
Being-
Fido.
Yes. Why did you kill?
Not welcome.
So we'll leave. You don't want us here. We don't want us here. We leave now. Yes, we reject the call to adventure. We're leaving.
Show your face, you coward.
No, don't show your face. Hide your face. Never see face.
Yeah. We'll leave.
He's so scared.
No.
No.
There's no response.
All
I
right.
see.
Just out of curiosity, in the interest of being good neighbors, whom shall I say we're talking to?
Can't pronounce that.
No?
The clock along the inside the foyer, this tall grandfather clock, chimes 3 times to signify it is now 3 a.m.
That's
Have we-
odd.
Have we really been moving until 3 a.m.?
Doesn't seem that long ago since sundown.
It was late when we were traveling, so.
Yes, but you day walkers, you usually have to sleep like 12 hours a day. You
it's
would
like-
be tired by now, yes?
It's just more like 20, but it depends on the day.
Right. Silence now. Silence now. I'm addressing the voice of the house. I'll have you know, don't be alarmed, but you happen to have imprisoned in your chambers 4 rather powerful masters of the arcane. And we will find our way out and eliminate any threat to our passage should we find one. However, if you choose to be a good boy, a good sport, or whatever you are, a good being, and see to it that we are let out in due course, unspoiled, then we can just sort of forget this whole thing happened and we won't even have to call the exorcists afterwards. What do you say?
One of us.
One of us.
That's it. We're going to see a cleric after all this.
Okay, yeah, so let's just stop breaking the house then, huh?
I'm going to come back and have this whole thing razed to the ground, and I'll see to it that you're buried down to the lowest pit of hell. I happen to know some people who know people.
So at this point, you are in the entertainment room. The windows and doors that you have come to know so far are no longer in sight. What would you all like to do?
Well, Kesma is going to open by summoning his long sword. It kind of appears in an inky black mist. And just gently pushing.
I'm sorry, you cut out there for a moment. Just gently pushing what?
He's going to push the tip of his sword into the wall.
Yeah, so it's as if it hits wood.
Okay.
So, fight, is it? I'm going
That's-
to take off my black coat, wrap it up neatly, and stuff it into my bag of holding. I'm going to then roll up my sleeves, wave my hands, and I'm going to make a little elk, wounded and bleeding, wander into this hallway right here.
At least you're consistent.
Yeah. He can only play one note, but he plays it so well.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you want, and I'll just sort of shift, and it's going to become a tiny little bunny. Everyone's a critic around here.
Well, the house is real. The elk is fake. Let's see if we can find a way out.
out loud.
Ruins the whole thing when you say that.
All right. Listen, I've got a bright idea. Why don't you go on ahead, Casimir? Perhaps you're real enough, aren't you?
Am I? Are
Couldn't
we
help but
sure?
notice you're at the back of the pack, old man.
Yeah. Yes. I will just out of character admit I'm having roll 20 issues. That's why I can't move my character. So
Oh, come on, Casimir. It's just
Yeah.
a house and a brutal incorporeal spirit that's haunting it.
Hmm.
No doubt.
Supposedly.
Subject us to nightmares. Come
Well, normally I'm the night. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it's his first time being trapped in another dimension by an all-powerful being.
I mean, are we sure we're in another dimension or just a crappy house with no windows and no doors?
Perhaps. All right.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
crappy. My aunt's house kind of looked like this.
I mean, to say
Lived
we
in
can
her
definitely.
house.
I mean, is there any mark for the contractor who worked on this place? Because it's quite impressive. The doors and windows can just disappear.
Can't say I've seen anything. Is the elk attracting anything, or am I going to have to start resorting to extreme measures?
The elk is not
Who else?
attracting anything.
For hell's sake, I thought it was a good idea, and I'm just going to rip it to asunder from a distance. It's going to collapse into a bloody mass, revealing perhaps Phineas Rex's macabre imagination. And then he's going to just send a dancing light globule of light into the next room here, illuminating it.
Which room?
Just the one immediately north of my token, just this way.
Okay.
Now, whatever you are in there, come out. And I can't promise we won't harm you, but perhaps we'll make it quick.
There is no response.
I said he was a coward. Come out.
Awfully good bottle of wine out here.
I'm going to set down my glass, and I'm going to go into that room. And I'm going to say, I have never been treated so poorly by the host of a house before.
And she knows she lived in a haunted house.
I did, yes, live in the haunted house. I grew up in the haunted house.
Yeah, so you step in, and there is a door to your immediate left.
Okay.
And there
I'm kind of in a hallway right now. Is that?
Yeah, it's like a hallway with a turn to the left, but there
Okay.
is a door immediately to your left as well.
The door to my left. I'm going to. I mean, I feel like I'm right now. I'm following this voice, knowing that the voice is coming from sort of everywhere, but like I'm looking for a source, and so I'm just going to open up this door
The door
that I'm setting.
opens.
Ooh.
1 second.
Okay. Alright.
Revealing some sort of
Wow.
storeroom.
Mm-hmm. I'll step inside.
There's a number of barrels and crates, glass bottles along the store, the shelf. It seems that this used to hold some of the liquor for the bar.
Okay.
But all the barrels and crates are sealed as far as you can see right now.
I'm pointing my my closed parasol around the room as though it were a weapon. I'm looking around.
Roll for investigation.
Nobody in here? Roll investigation. Okay. 15.
15. As you're kind of like looking around, just for a moment, as you look past a crate, you can swear out of the corner of your eye, you see a small childlike face just peeking. And as you turn your eyes to focus there, it's gone.
Okay. Like I'm gonna, when I see that face, I'm like move over to the barrel, like, is it you? You know, and it's gone. There was something in here. No, I think I am being tricked. Wait. Phineas? Where's Julius right now? Julian. Where's baby right now?
He's here.
No?
Are you not?
Yes?
No, he's fine. He's with me.
Okay.
He's just sleepy.
I thought I saw a baby in here. Just a moment ago. I could have sworn it was behind this barrel.
Well, he's not the only child around, I'm sure. A baby, you say? What did it look like?
It was a baby. It looked like baby. I saw it for an instant and it disappeared.
Human? Elven?
I wanted to know. I could not know. I could not find out.
Curious.
Very creepy it is. I think we are being played with. I think we are baby and house's toy. And the disembodied voice is person dangling it in front of us.
No
Having
doubt.
fun.
No doubt. How are you, Casimir?
I believe we might have a small disconnection. Oh, wait. Ask again, Phineas.
How are you, Casimir?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just. I'm good back here. I'm gonna catch up.
Don't lose your nerve now. You're the most hellish one among us. Well, I suppose Some present company excluded. Now listen, Casimir. Whatever is haunting this place, it can't possibly be as scary as you.
I'm going to look up at the ceiling, knowing full well it doesn't matter where I look, as I address this house, and I'll say, "Hey, am I able to speak to my captor? Wait, captor. Common is so confusing. I'm captive. Yes. Am I able to speak to my captor? Are you still here?
They do not know.
They do not know.
Because you do not tell. What is the meaning of this? My name is Lady Guinevere von Kerkhoff, of the House von Kerkhoff, of which you have most certainly heard of this powerful house. You are keeping me prisoner, and if you do not release me, there will be consequences.
Danger.
Danger.
Very dangerous, yes. Dangerous consequences if you do not release me. Much danger. Starting to understand the houses.
Do you know, Lady Guinevere, in my experience, limited though it may be to horror novels and that sort of thing, haunted houses are usually a one-way street. That is to say, we might understand it, but it may not be able to understand us. It's a lingering ectoplasmic presence, is it not?
I think you are right, Phineas. Yes, I had an uncle who every year around harvest season would set up his house as you describe, a haunted house, and you would walk from the beginning and go all the way to the end, and there would be spooks. He would get some zombies from the potter's field nearby, and they would just jump out, but they would be unchained, so they couldn't really grab you. And then you put your hand in a bucket of eyes, and he would say it's a bucket of eyes, and it was a bucket of eyes. And then it was just fun. It was spooky, and then when you get to the end, it's done, and you had the great time, and you go and you play cards, and the vampires would go off and drink blood or whatever it is they had to do for the harvest season. Or they would harvest the locals, yes. This is what I am referring to. I think you were right, Phineas. I think we have to walk all the way. We cannot leave the way we came in, but it is a haunted house. We are going to just march all the way through. We're going to see some scary stuff. A baby behind the barrel.
Put our hands in the barrel of eyes.
Put our hands in the barrel of eyes, and they'll say, "Oh, it's a barrel of grapes." Just kidding, it was eyes. And then it's all going to be okay.
You
are right. How does everybody feel about this plan? We just keep going through. No more hesitation.
This is our Hydra.
No, the Hydra was a Hydra. This is our haunted house.
I'll
We're not following.
a nervous glance at Cherish. How's he looking?
Cherish, good, yes.
He's enjoying himself.
That's all you hear.
Okay. All right, come on. We're gonna come through. Just step over the dog. Don't look at the dog.
Yes, it's not there. It's just me in the end.
Yeah.
Shut up, Phineas.
Cherish is going to poke, just to make sure. He is dead.
Don't. It's very dead. Please.
There wasn't much back there, was there? A storage room and possibly a trapdoor.
Yes, I saw that trapdoor too. Not interested in diving into the trapdoor.
There was a trapdoor. I did not know that any of you actually went back there, so I didn't mention it. But there was a trapdoor there.
I'm sorry. We saw it on Roll20. Anyway. Yes, good idea. Let's go back to the main hall, and we're just going to walk right through.
The yellow token, by the way, is your familiar there, Phineas.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to go right back to the main hall.
Yeah. Well, while we're in here, let's see now. We go back and study the door, but I suppose we can also have a look around the other side of the house. Could be able to find some clues as to what this thing may be.
So as you all enter into this room, you do notice that it is lit. Candelabras are suddenly full of radiant light.
I don't recall lighting those candelabras.
It really takes away from the ambiance, does it not? The whole fun of the haunted house is that you cannot see everything. I mean, it's okay. I'm not upset.
And in the
Okay,
door
maybe I
frame,
want to
just for part of the house we have not explored, is a small white rabbit.
No.
White fur, red eyes. It just kind of stands up on its hind legs and twitches its nose at you.
Friend.
You're gonna chase the rabbit.
I'm going to make a wolf appear in front of the rabbit. And then I'm going to make it growl at the rabbit.
The rabbit turns and runs.
Then I'll
Follow
just
the white rabbit.
I'm trying to spare your heart, Cherish. I doubt you'll be able to take one more tonight. Perhaps in the morning we can fall in love again, but really, there's a limit to your namesake.
God of Gods question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where it came from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do it. Do
I
it.
want to go.
There's also, I will say in case it's because the colors are kind of like mashing together, there's also a staircase here. If you choose to, I'm not saying, hey, go to this place, but there is a staircase there in case you could not discern
That's
that from
next.
the map.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So stepping into this door frame, you see a dining room. And despite there being, the main doorway into this dining room being broken in and shatters on the ground, number of tables and vases and other decor shattered, and whatever value they had is now long gone. There is a full meal present on the table. A large boar roasted with an apple in its mouth, platters of vegetables and all sorts of foods presented across this table. And as you all kind of like step into this door frame, the room illuminates from the table.
Okay.
I say, rather nice spread.
Absolutely. It's good to know that the servants are still working. If not, the carpenters. They have the chef still on staff. Very important it is.
Who would deliver to a place like this?
I mean, everything is suspicious at this point, isn't it?
Indeed.
We're just gonna take this.
Do not eat from strangers. No.
Well, I mean, if we didn't.
Sorry, please continue, Casimir. I did not mean to interrupt.
I was gonna say, if we didn't eat from strangers, we would almost never eat on the road, huh?
Spooky strangers. I rephrase.
I thought that the rule was if you eat from a stranger, they're not allowed to hurt you. They have to protect you. So we eat the food, and then we are safe. There's no more danger.
Well, isn't it? What is it? Meat and salt, bread and salt. Isn't that the rule?
So have a slice of bread and with a little bit of salt on it. Man, surface level food is
I don't
very
know.
strange. It is. I'm gonna approach the table and at least inspect the food. I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna say it's gonna turn into like, gross rotten food. I can just tell. Get ready. Oh, this is gonna be scary.
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me.
Sure. A wisdom saving throw, or just a wisdom check? All right. I'll give you a 15 on wisdom.
15.
Yeah.
Looking at this spread on this table, it doesn't appear to be an illusion. Doesn't appear to be food that will suddenly go rotten. It looks like
Right.
food.
Yeah. I'm going to take. Let's go right for the meat. There's a roast boar. It hasn't been sliced.
No,
I assume.
but there is a cutlery.
I'm gonna pick up the knife. And the fork, the carving knife and the carving fork, and I'm just gonna jab the fork into the pig, and see if I can slice into it.
Yeah, so since this is a roasted hog, it does have a layer of very crispy skin that kind of has to be cut away. For those of you who have never done a hog roast, so you kind of like find your way around that to the muscle and the meat underneath, and it appears to be normal. You kind of cut away some, and what do you do with it?
It's cooked well. I'm gonna take a plate, and I'm gonna just lift up with the knife and the fork, the slice that I sliced up, and put it on the plate. And then if there's some kind of starch that's been mashed, like potatoes, yams, or something, I'll take a scoop of that, put that on the plate too, and then grab a piece of bread and put some butter on it. And the whole time I'm going to be saying, I have to serve myself in this place. They do such a good job with the spread, and then there's nobody here to get the food ready. You have to do it yourself. It does not make sense.
Do the rest of you feel she lives in her own like special world? Am I the only one gathering this? Yeah, I mean,
Phineas is looking for a bottle of wine to open.
There's wine in the other room.
Yes, he's gonna go.
Yeah.
There's one. And Cherish is the one that's far away from everything.
Yeah. And Casimir looks at Cherish going, I didn't think you and I would be the only sane ones in the room.
Saying me? Ha 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 ha. But after what just happened, I think otherwise. I knows trust.
Okay.
I'll come back with a glass of wine, and I'll hand it over to Lady Gwyn. And you really are a very singular woman. You know that.
I've always thought so myself. Thank you very much. Does not reciprocate any kind of compliment whatsoever. Like the conversation when you compliment Gwyn falls flat.
Yep.
So as you both fill your plates and glasses, two of the chairs do pull out from the table.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is nice. This is the kind of service I expect. I'll sit in the chair.
As you said, it kind of pushes itself back in.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I should say, like, I went to sit down where there was no chair, fully expecting the chair to move underneath me as I sit, and I'm staring at this food.
You're waiting for it to turn into maggots or something?
I am absolutely waiting for it to turn into maggots. Are we in the Feywild again? Do we have any reason to believe that I'm about to eat Fey food?
It's possible.
There has to be a trap. It has to be, but I have to eat it to find out what the trap is.
Yeah. And Casimir just pulls out a jerky ration and starts eating it and kind of watching it from a distance, kind of curious to see what's going to happen next.
I'll pick up the glass of wine and I'll take a sip.
Very lovely wine. Good vintage.
I'm going to fork, steak knife, cut a piece of the pork and just hold it up in front of me. I take a bite.
The pork has a rich flavor to it. It's sweet yet savory.
This has been honey glazed. This has been glazed with honey. This is incredible. I think it's been smoked with, I want to say, applewood. And I'm going to cut another piece.
Fantastic. I've never seen an illusion so realistic. It may even be real.
This is the realest illusion I have ever tasted, Phineas Rex, and I tried to eat one of your elk once. Just to see if it was.
You really should have told me. I would have prepared for you something spectacular using some of just the old rotten jerky we have. You realize I can make it taste like anything you like.
I'll stick to my dried fish rations. Thank you very much. I'm gonna take a slice. I'm gonna cut a slice of the pork, put it on the slice of bread, and then just like an open-faced pork sandwich, take a bite. All very delicate and ladylike, of course.
I'm staring at the roast pig, and I'm just kind of put my head just sort of down in line with the pig's face. Does it look like a pig?
Roll a nature check.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's a 7.
I'm scared.
Oh, what'd you get?
7.
So, so as you are kind of like staring at this pig, and kind of like, and it does look like a pig, and as you like continue to stare at it, its eyes snap open, and it begins to squeal and shriek
Ah, there it is.
and
Yeah.
convulse.
Yeah. Casimir is going to reach in to try and cut the head off.
Go ahead and
No,
roll to
don't
the, I need
do
everyone
it.
to make another wisdom save. As the pig
Wisdom
is still
save.
roasted, it's just
Yeah.
animated.
Oh, gods. 80.
Natural 20.
We're fine.
Ooh, that's a 6.
Why is my
No
mind
wisdom
not
save.
working?
But yeah, another natural 20.
So
I'm wasting them on.
you
I'm
roll
staying
damage
sane.
for your. It doesn't have that many hit points. The head comes off, and as it does, like it continues to squeal, just roll across the floor as it does, leaving a small trail of grease behind. And
I
eventually
think
goes
with a
still.
I think with a failed wisdom save, I'm looking at the head rolling on the floor, and there's a moment. It really is quite good.
So, Cherish, I need you to roll a d4. And Lady Gwen, could you also roll a d4?
Dear.
If I have to
You do.
roll in. Ooh, that's a 1.
That's the only. This is one of the times that ones are good.
You all should have ate the pig.
Gwen,
Yeah.
you kind of look around and you see a bust, a marble bust sitting on a pillar, and you can swear that its eyes were looking directly at you. Something is watching you.
You see, this is why I do not wait for the host, because the host is definitely here already. He's rude to start the thing without the host here. Not if host is disembodied voice who watches us from marble statue nearby.
What are you talking about? Are you seeing something that I'm not seeing?
I point to the. It was a marble bust.
Yeah.
I
Casimir
point
looks
to-
at it.
Yeah, it's. Do you not see this? He's watching us right now.
I mean, it's a bust. It has bust eyes.
Whatever.
But you're angled away from where Lady Gwen is sitting. And Cherish, seeing the pig's head roll across the floor, it reminded you of Dart. And
I'm
once
so
again,
sorry.
you begin to mumble and rant. This time
Okay.
more intense.
Long down. Cherish is long down. Just
Yeah.
crisscross episode looking down like
Yeah. Casimir's gonna backhand him
oh
right across the cheek.
why? Why you do this to me? It is not me you hit, it is the embodied. Up above. You hit that. Not me.
You were rambling again. I'm actually very concerned because I feel like I'm the only one who's not losing my fucking mind in the middle of this.
Amazingly,
Insanity.
you are the only one who's not losing his mind.
Is that and I have every cause to be stressed right now, and you all freaking out is really harshing my vibe right now.
Just looking behind me. What do I see behind me, DM?
So, for the revealed area, that's because it was technically a door, and I forgot to block it off. But it is a
Oh,
wall.
okay, there's nothing there.
No,
It's
there's
just
nothing
okay.
That
like,
seems like the way that there is an archway, kind of like in the stone. It seems that it would have been an exit way to gardens of some sort, from your knowledge of these like larger houses. But along with all the windows and all the other exterior doors, it is now just wood.
You know, I think that was the way out, or at least it used to be. I think if we're going to have any hope of escaping this place, we really should find out what it is exactly it's trying to tell us. It's usually trying to tell you something, isn't it?
I kind of feel.
Well, I'll set down my fork and knife, and I'll lean back and light myself a cigarette in my cigarette holder with prestidigitation, and I'll say, well, I say we just move on through that door, like you said, and one of you can stick your hand in the next jar of ice, okay? I did this one was me.
No.
I'm happy to do it, and then next one is your turn.
I mean, you got a meal out of it, so, you know.
What do you say, Casimir?
Yeah, I'll lead the way.
So,
You'll.
I will say at this point that as you prepare to move into the next room, it is at this point we're going to take our mid-session break as we're about halfway through our adventure.
Stay tuned.
So everyone, we are going to take our mid-session break here. It's a fantastic adventure so far. So it gives about 15-20 minutes as we refresh ourselves to refill our drinks, use the restroom, let our dogs out. That one's for me personally. And you know, we're just preparing to continue on. So we will see you soon. If you have not hit the follow button yet, please do. And if you have missed any of this adventure so far, don't worry. No, I got it this time. You can always check us out on YouTube or the podcast network, anywhere you find your podcast. If you are tuning in on our YouTube channel or on the podcast network, we are live Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at twitch.tv/prestigegc. So as we will continue on our story in just a moment, we will be back. Give us about, like I said, about 15-20 minutes. All right.
All right. Good night.
Yes, sir.
15 minutes. Don't move. Stay there.
And welcome back, everyone. So, where we last left off, let's bring you guys back to the map. Let's bring the map back up.
Bum, 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 bum.
Then we'll have nobody clicking around. What?
Mm-hmm. You like my new vest?
It's very nice, Phineas.
Thank you.
So dapper. Look at the
That's best.
sleeves.
What are you talking about? I was wearing this all night.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's been there all day.
Yes, I've always been wearing this. I'm getting tired of cleaning it. What do you think, Julian? You're sleeping now. Don't make too much noise. You hear that, house? My baby's sleeping. Don't disturb him, or you'll incur the wrath of an angry father.
Do not disturb. Do not disturb.
That was our intention. Well, I guess it was not our intention. We did barge in and smash the door down. But then after that, we wanted to leave, and they wouldn't let us. So
No,
everything from now on is kind of on the house. And
malevolent
it's not our fault.
spirits. Do you know, I never thought I'd say this, but I really miss the paladin.
Right? We would be
I
able to
mean-
they just purge the whole place.
All he ever did was have these really brave, stupid speeches about doing right, and it was very annoying. I'm actually kind of glad he's gone.
Time it too. 10 minutes apiece. I mean, give it a rest already. All right.
Always talking about Helm and how great Helm was.
Yeah. Too much.
Yeah.
Casimir, you're stalling, old man.
Right. All right. I guess I'll move on to the next door and see what's in there.
You've got this. I'm sure. Give it hell. Well, I'll give it hell. You give it what you got.
All right, so moving into the next room, looking around, it appears to be the kitchen of the house.
Okay. Well, we've got the kitchen, so this is where the food comes from.
All right. Let's have a look.
All right. What does it look like? Clean, recently used.
It has not been used in a long while. There is a chandelier, a iron candelabra hanging from the ceiling, which was a number of cobwebs, candlesticks that have been used in the past, but from the cobwebs around it, you can tell it has not been lit in quite some time. There are prep tables, there are crates that are sealed in different places. There is a stovetop and what appears to be an oven as well in the corner. And then
Okay.
to the south, another corridor that leads elsewhere.
Disused. He's gonna just, out of curiosity, he's gonna go up to the oven and just kind of hold his hand over it without touching it to see if it's still warm. Just part of his brain trying to like psychologically connect. Doesn't look like he's used, but was the pig cooked here?
So,
Go ahead.
as you step towards the oven, and it's quite large, you kind of walk in. It has this heavy iron door and latch that you kind of open and reach your hand in to see if there are any hot coals. What is everybody else doing during this time?
Watching him interact with this oven that can cook you without killing you. Just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast at the ready. I'm just waiting for the maggots.
Yeah.
Cherish is on the table.
Yeah.
Oh. Cherish. It's all fun and games until you break a tooth or something.
So Phineas
Down.
and Gwen, while you're looking at your friend Casimir here, you see in the corners of your eyes a faint blue light
Yeah, coming from where?
behind you.
Look behind. Where we came from,
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah. So on the other side of the dining table, towards the bar, there is a spectral figure.
Oh, I say. We have company.
Our host has come to visit finally.
So I'm still
I'm
watching
sorry we
it.
didn't
Don't
wait.
go anywhere. I'm not taking my eyes off it. What's it doing?
Casimir, as you're about to put your hand into this oven, and hearing Gwen and Phineas shout out that there's company, you turn around. But as you turn around, what you see is a woman now face to face with you. Her visage is white with rotten skin aglow. Her eyes are hollow sockets of nothingness. And as you turn, as her jaw quickly drops open, unhinged, the cheeks slitting open as she does, and she lets out a shriek, and she pushes you. Can you make a acrobatics, actually?
Acrobatics. All
Acrobatics.
right. Yeah, that is definitely a thing that he's good at. There's definitely not a 0 at the end of that check. It's a 15.
Yeah. So as she lets out a shriek, she pushes you, and you, much stronger than you anticipated, and you fall back. Just see an iron door closing in front of you, and then orange and red around as the coals suddenly begin to get hot.
Okay.
Casimir, stop shouting. You're going to scare away that she just appeared at the bar.
So I'm trapped in the oven. He's gonna bang against the door.
Whip around. Eldritch Blast about to crackle from my fingertips. Is she still there? 'Cause I'm about to blast someone.
As you turn back around towards the oven, you can see that there is now a fire lit below.
Oh my god.
Just as
crying
this
out loud.
white mist is dissipating.
For crying out loud, I'm going to run over and I'm going to try to pull open the... No, you know what? I'm not going to try to pull it open with my hand. For the first time this entire game, am going to use Mage Hand. Something that I probably should have been using for several different checks throughout the campaign, or throughout the one-shot. I'm going to telekinesis. Well, it's telekinesis, so it's invisible. And I'm going to use telekinesis to try to pull the oven open.
I will need a wisdom save from Casimir, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, this is coming. Let's see how the prestige dice rolls for me today.
Indeed.
Okay. Probably failed that check.
She's still there,
Let's
by the
just
way.
see. That was a 14.
14, that will fail. Can you roll a d4, please?
Absolutely. I would love to roll a d4. That's a 2.
A 2. Okay. So,
Cool.
at this moment, you did not see a woman, a spectral figure, push you. You could have sworn it was Phineas looking at you when you turned around. and the coals are getting hotter. You are going to take some damage, 9 points of fire damage, which you are tiefling, so that's going to be halved. As
And
your
then
fire
I will
resistance.
absorb elements
Okay.
as a reaction.
What the devil have you gotten yourself into?
The mage hand does not budge the door.
Yeah.
It's
So
quite heavy.
half of 9 is we'll go with
4.
5, and then 4, and then 2. Okay. 2 points of fire damage. And he's going to start slamming his shoulder against the door, trying to
Make
push it open.
a strength check.
Absolutely, I would love to make a strength check.
Quickly, Jerem, get the
Oh.
portable hole and put it on the oven. Oh, he's in the Hydra. Ugh.
It's 23.
23. So as the coals continue to get hotter, you're starting to sweat profusely. You are starting to your feet are starting to burn. You are going to take another round of damage. This is going to be a quarter because of your absorb elements. That's going to be a 1, just a flat 1.
Okay.
I rope on it. We should play tug of war with the door.
And just as Cherish begins to run at the door and he gets right to the door, it swings open, just smacks him across the face, knocks him back a little bit, and you manage to tumble out. With
Oh my God.
very good strength check.
Yeah. Casimir just covered in ash and just piercing red eyes staring at Phineas. I knew I couldn't trust you, Warlock.
What are you talking about, child?
Sword.
Over there? What?
Sword bamps back into his hand. Binky black mist. Tried to kill me. Pushed me ahead. Now push me in the oven.
I don't have 2 hands free.
It's
I
true.
saw-
Phineas was with me looking at the
No,
lady at the bar.
I saw him. His trick of magic, he convinced you he was over there, and he was next, just behind me, ready to push me in with that devilish grin.
Casimir, and I'll snap my fingers, and then another me will show up, like just to Casimir's immediate left. It's not that hard. The house could have been playing tricks on you. I have no reason to put you in there. You're one of my best friends. You're at least my second favorite tiefling in this party.
Definitely promoted up to second after,
Please.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
Hellenic vibe.
in the Hydra.
I'm gonna say Casimir would like to get a read on Phineas to see if he's telling the truth.
Roll for insight.
Okay.
Can I do anything? Can I? I
Roll
can do
for
a persuasion.
persuasion.
Okay.
With advantage.
Deception.
Oh,
Roll
that's nice.
deception.
But I'll never roll higher than a 27. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Come back to the light.
Yes.
11.
You
Yeah.
kind of like close you were sure that you saw Phineas push you, but as you continue to think about it, it just doesn't make sense. And it's simply because like you still feel like he did, but you know to trust logic in this matter. Like there's just no way that he could have. He doesn't have any spells that you've seen where he's able to physically manifest another version of himself and push it.
No, I mean, look at me. There's barely anything left. Skin and bones, really.
And
You should have
you
eaten
can-
some of the animated pig.
Regret. No.
And the red streaks on his face just seem to pulse a little bit. He seems to like full on like stress headache right now. I hate this place.
It's all right. Now, listen, maybe as a general rule, all of us, let's all pledge that we won't try to kill each other. Yes. And so naturally, if we see one of us trying to kill each other, it's all an illusion.
Okay. That
This
is
is
very
perfect.
convenient for
Perfect
later.
Yeah.
Okay, so if
I
an
know.
image of me is trying to kill you, it
Yes.
is not real, and
It's
do
not
not
real.
react.
Well, I might
Good.
react, but I
Well-
mean, but it's. I'm sure you wouldn't mean it.
It's not your
I
fault.
mean, Yeah, I mean, if Gwen asks me, I'll definitely kill you. I'm sorry, it's just going to happen. I mean, she's a lady. It's kind of automatic.
Well,
You are all supposed to do exactly what I say, which has been very frustrating since I met all you. But
can't really argue with that. He walks a little bit blush to his cheeks, and he's just gonna look down this hallway.
All right,
Oh,
your turn. Let's have
My-
Cherish lead the way this time, because
damn that.
Me.
as he goes down, is there somebody? Is that lady still at the bar?
No?
No. Okay, she's gone. Oh, we missed the lady. She was gonna tell us all the secrets of the house. It's gone now.
Yeah, she was a
Oh, no.
yes ghost lady. Didn't think you saw anything like that, did you?
Yes, I saw the ghost lady too. It was real.
yeah, Casimir looks with nothing there, right?
Wait. Let me see. We seen a lady, adult, female, and you saw a young child, yes? Ghosts of the family, perhaps?
It's all coming together.
Wait a second. I'm starting to get an idea. Well, look out for portraits. Look for the most recent portraits. The most recent ones.
All right, I think we'll follow. I'm gonna follow down into that.
Yeah, so I will say, because it's kind of
So
hard to
the
tell
next one.
dynamic light, there are two rooms on the left and right, kind of where the light divots in just slightly there.
Okay.
And then it opens up to a large room at the end.
Right.
Okay,
Try the
so
large one first.
let's split the party.
Ah, yes, we cover more ground that way.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Yes. Noble people and tieflings. Come with me, Cherish.
Okay. Let's have fun. I like fun. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I suppose we're opening the one on the left.
Yes, our left, which is
Our left.
from
Their
every
right.
perspective. Yes, it's their right. It's our left. And I will do so.
I go.
All right.
That's me.
Oh, barrels. Right, there was nothing in there but barrels.
So we'll start with Phineas and letting Gwen over.
Okay.
So in this room, there are very large barrels, about 10 by 15 feet, for the two that are on keg stands with taps attached to those, along with other storage things as well.
Okay, Phineas, I think it's your turn to stick your hand in this particular jar of ice, and I'm going to lean against the back wall and light myself a cigarette. I just snap my fingers and a flame appears on my thumb. I'm a wizard. I do cool wizard stuff.
All right.
Wizard did it.
Looking over this wine barrel. And suppose this is where they have their own home vintage. We tasted it. Seemed fine enough.
So you're turning
I'll
the
give
spout?
the. Well, I'm going to give the barrel. First, I'm going to knock on the side to get a sense of how full it might be, or if there's an echo or anything like that.
Make an intelligence check.
An intelligence check to knock on the side of the barrel.
And well, I
Here we
mean,
go.
to discern what
15.
information you get from it.
for sure. 15.
15 seems pretty full.
Right. I'll grab a cup. If there's a cup around somewhere. Or a goblet or something. And I'll put it under the spout. Give it a turn.
So for the first couple seconds, wine does come out, but then it's like slowly begins to dwindle and trickle, and then stops completely.
Funny. Sounded a lot more full than that. Something stuck in there, I suppose.
Think so?
Well, yes, I suppose it's a bum thing. It's nothing haunted here. Let's just give it a rest, shall we? And then I'll tighten the nozzle and put the wine away. And I'm gonna look at it for a bit and then start backing away.
Phineas, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Do you think Casimir really saw you push them into the oven? I think Casimir. Go ahead.
I think he likely believed whatever he saw. He is the type.
If you say so. Casimir's kind of given me a weird vibe ever since we joined up.
What are you saying? Do you think he was planning to turn on us?
I think it may have occurred to him. Looking for excuses. I think Casimir saw what Casimir wanted to see.
My Lady Guinevere. I think it may have occurred to you too.
No, I would, Phineas. I'm not going to kill this golden goose. Do you know how many? When I started out on my Hermspring, I could only cast 2 spells a day. These days, I can cast almost 16. I'm not going to kill this golden goose, but
Are you proposing an alliance?
I am. An alliance.
Yeah.
Let's not get so formal with it. I'm just saying that if
Formal or
Casimir
not, the answer's yes.
if Casimir turns on you, I have got your back. Okay? I don't want to see anything happen to poor little Julian. That
That's
little one
very...
needs a father.
It's like just the worst episode of Survivor right now.
I was gonna say Big Brother, but yeah.
Yeah, smash cut to Gwen in a closet looking right into the camera. So
head
as
of
soon as I
household,
saw
just can't
Casimir,
trust
says on the bottom, Lady Guinevere.
Phineas is just going to get a little bit quiet, and he's going to stand underneath her extremely tall. She's like 7 feet tall, right? So he's going to look up at her and just... Thank you, Lady Guinevere. He really does like you, you know. And then he's going to... eyes just sort of open.
Don't move the baby. Please don't move the baby.
So as you say this to Gwen, to her right, yes, to her right, you watch as quick as lightning, this hand bursts out of the barrel, breaks the wood, and is now wrapped around her neck, holding and squeezing as she's like grabbing onto her cigarette. How do you react?
Oh
wait,
my god.
Gwenover. It's
Am
like,
I reacting? I'm not reacting.
If you want to, there is a hand wrapped around your neck.
It is. No need to bother with my armor class or anything like that. This hand just has me now.
It's not an attack, it's grabbing you.
Fair. I misty step to the other side of the room. That's how I react.
Okay.
Assuming that I can get a verbal component out.
So, as you're like grab this, it kind of like claws at you a little bit. As you just misty step out of its grasp, it just like continues to like go at you. And I will say at this point, hold on, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. The door slams shut behind you.
What was
You just hear
that?
like reaching out of this barrel as like wine is starting to spill all over the floor.
Oh dear. It's getting wine on the floor.
Waste. I'm going to I'm going to firebolt. Phineas, I don't know if you want to.
I'm ducking out of the way, and then I'm rolling up my sleeves, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast. The damn
Roll to
thing.
attack.
Okay, 3 blasts, and there's also firebolt happening.
Firebolt.
Well, I'll let you go.
teeth?
Firebolt. I didn't ask how big this room was.
A lot
So
of
I
them
need that
don't.
firebolt.
I'm not used to wizards asking how much space do I have. I'm just used to them asking if I can.
Does
I don't need.
does a 9 hit? It's a natural 1 there.
It does not hit because natural ones fail in combat
Okay.
automatically.
Cool. There's a 16 and a 25. Do either of those hit?
Those do hit.
Okay, I'm just rolling damage for you now. That's a 14 points of force damage
Okay.
and 6 points of force damage.
That is enough to. So whatever was in this, you just hear, and just the hand droops down and is now calmly over the broken wood, as whatever the last of that level of wine spills onto the floor.
Oh,
I still throw a firebolt at it.
Just for good measure.
Yeah,
just in case. Yeah,
And
yeah,
if it's
like-
a firebolt, not the fireball. I don't even have fireball prepared. Okay. Everyone always assumes that when a wizard reaches 5th level, they learn fireball. It's not even the It's not the best spell. 3rd level.
Oh.
Do they give you better ropes?
My eyes will widen as the firebolt will arc towards the wine, and I'm going to start backing out, or at least get as close to the door as I can.
Yeah, so wine doesn't have a high enough alcohol content to catch fire.
Oh,
No.
excellent.
This is 100 proof wine.
I am a very experienced bartender, IRL.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah,
Phoenix
we're-
doesn't
I
know
didn't
that
think
his
about
eyes
it.
are
I
watering.
did think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're jiggling the doorknob and trying to get this
out.
door open.
Meanwhile,
thing
up
out.
the other room across the hall,
Absolutely.
what are the two?
Yeah.
doing?
So Casimir immediately opens as soon as they walk away, saying, "You know, one tiefling to another. Can I trust on you to form an alliance?
Yes.
I don't trust them, and I know we both come from the same stock. So if they turn against us, I'll have your back."
What say you, Cherish?
You see Cherish pondering, looking up, looking down, looking around, doing this. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. When I take everything over, you will have an honored place at my side.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh. I see.
Yes. So let's explore this room now that we've gotten that out of the way.
What do I
see?
see?
So as you just take a couple steps forwards, very calmly and slowly, the door behind you will also close.
Well, Cherish, the door. Is it locked?
Jiggle.
The door is locked.
We're stuck.
All right. This is inconvenient.
What's in the corner here?
So in this room, it is mostly dry storage. There are preserves on the jars, covered in dust. You can't quite see what's in there, but there are like jars where there would be preserved foods, and the crates are currently nailed shut.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And at this time, you both begin to hear the sound, very faintly, of a piano beginning to play.
Is there a piano in the room?
Not in this room.
Oh, I played that piano.
Are you here?
Are you asking? Who you're asking?
Hello.
Ghost Spirit Lady, something a little gentler. The night's stressful enough.
Dark Killer, where are you?
There's no response.
I knew it.
Yeah.
It's only us.
It's only us. They're both dead. We have to make it out of here on our own.
Alliance.
Hmm.
I see. You can.
Yes. Well, I mean, they're probably fine, but it's fun to imagine. All right. So, is there no lock on the door? It's just sealed.
I think it's just sealed.
Try your crowbar.
Oh. I use said crowbar.
So as you begin to like use your crowbar to pry open the door, you hear a voice behind the two of you, beyond these store shelves.
If we don't look, it can't hurt us.
You're telling the wrong person because Cherish is about to turn around real quick.
These
Your
are
looks as well.
two faces I have not seen before.
Did you kill the dog?
Turn around, there is a dwarfish man with a very long red beard. just drinking out of a large stein as he kind of, I get what you're saying, that he throws back more of his drink, trickling down his beard.
Rally ho, dwarvish man.
And when did you arrive?
You know, sometime tonight. When did you arrive?
Oh, so they're new. I thought Dart was dead. And he kind of like takes a step forward, and right now you can just see his silhouette, and just like the front half of his body, like from his like mouth up, it's just shadow. Take a step forward, you see that his left side of his face is rotten flesh that's kind of like flaking off. No eye in socket, just nothing peering back. Are you one of us?
No.
What are you?
He's gonna
Are
take another
you
step
us,
forward.
or-
It's
No.
not too late to join. Reaching out, taking another step forward.
Yeah, I prefer
It's
to
not
get out
too
of here.
late.
To join.
I have more important things to do than to be here.
Are you trying to open the door more?
Get the door. Casimir summons his blade and activates his blade song.
And what is Trash doing?
I'm frantically trying to get that door open.
Make a strength check with advantage.
Oh, okay. Wait, what kind of check?
Strength with advantage.
Strength check. Does that just click on strength, right?
Yep. You have such nice skin. I'm missing mine. Perhaps I can wear yours.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to start attacking the dwarvish entity.
Roll it again, Cherish. Because you got advantage.
Oh. Wow.
13. So 13, as you're continuing, go ahead and roll to attack.
Roll to attack. Okay. First actual attack of the game.
Yeah.
Well, it was terrible. It was a 10.
10. So as you swing down, he reaches up with his left hand, dropping the cup, and lightning-like reflexes and catches your blade mid-air. Go ahead and roll another strength check there, Cherish. With advantage, because you're using a crowbar.
12 and a 5.
12 and a 5. At this point, he's going to swing and try to get at you there, Casimir.
Yeah.
So as he's going, like, he tries to swing and grab at you, but he misses as you kind of like manage to sidestep it, and just completely misses because I just know a 3 doesn't hit.
Yeah, oh, it definitely doesn't. And as a bonus action, he's going to let go of his sword and resummon it out of the creature's hand and go for another stab.
Go ahead.
Slightly better. It's 15.
15 will hit.
Okay. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna get my fighter to not roll well on attack. Okay. That's 10 magical slashing damage.
Okay. Go ahead and make another strength check, Cherish, with advantage. Having the warlock do all the strength checks with this crowbar. We love it.
Yeah, I know we're not gonna use the strong guy.
8 and 17.
So as you slash him, it just does a nice cut across the front of his torso, and you watch as a number of centipedes and maggots come falling out of his body. You're a feisty one. And just as he reaches for you, you kind of take a step back and push against Cherish as the door swing opens. Simultaneously, the door on the opposite end of the hall swings opens and a mess of wine comes pouring out. And as all four of you tumble back out into this hallway, the door swings shut once more.
Casimir is going to turn sharply, sword pointed at whoever is there.
It's us. It's just us. It's us. It's just put that down, Casimir.
And he summons it.
It's the ghost, of course. It's. Listen, stop the jar of eyes. Let's try to find out what the hell this thing is trying to tell us. It's probably telling us to hurry up at this point.
It's telling us to join.
What do you mean by this join?
Join them. Join them.
You saw one of them?
Mm-hmm. A dwarvish man. Join them. He says it's not too late.
A couple of still living dead bodies in the wine casks. Doubtless a few poor souls, perhaps, who tried to come into the house. I think I'm starting to understand. Those portraits out there, they probably weren't family members. They may well be more people like us who came to the house.
Yes. I have better places to be, so let's find our way out.
Right. And how do you propose we do that? Perhaps in this room?
Well, there has to be a way to it eventually, if maybe there's a center to the curse.
Right. I'm holding the baby up. The baby's eyes just sort of gaze around the room. It's dark,
So
right?
creepy.
So creepy.
And I'm rolling my eyes back as I'm gazing through the baby's eyes.
Not emotionally prepared for that sometimes.
So
Every time I looked up and I'm like, nope.
Shook his head.
yeah, so go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, that's not bad. It's 15.
So this room appears to be more of a family room than rather for entertainment. And that's why you have to enter the kitchens to get to it, because guests would not normally enter through the kitchens to get to any room of a proper household. There are glass shattered on the ground where windows would have been if they were not missing. There is a divot in the wall where a fireplace is currently not lit. And 3 sitting sofas with a table in the center of it. And as you get closer to the table to look around, you do notice that there is a iron key
On the table?
on the table.
I will telekinetically attempt to lift the key up off the table. A key?
There's a key.
This is good. The key is for doors, and we are looking for a door, so maybe we take this key?
I mean, is it magical?
Well, first I will pick it up, and then I will find out.
Okay.
Why you are always pressing me, asking questions about magic.
I mean, you are the more accomplished wizard.
Yes, I am. I will tell you if it's magic. You do not need to ask. And I pick it up. Telekinetic.
Yeah, so you lift up the
Making
key.
demands. Yes,
Telekinetically, it just floats in the air. You pull it towards you.
I will pull it towards me.
Sure.
But before I, well, okay, no, I take it. I grab the key.
Yeah. Nothing seems to happen.
I will pull a pearl out of my component pouch and ritual cast identify on this key.
She's going to be doing
While
that for
this
the
is
next 10
happening-
minutes.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes, but
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm curious. Well, this is a fine thing. A fine thing indeed.
Phineas, you were going to break my... No, it's fine. Whatever.
No,
You should be used to it by now.
I have full faith in you.
So you
I-
just
I love how like perfect this room is.
yes. Did you discuss anything interesting while you separated from us?
Oh,
Any
We
good
were attacked
plans?
by a couple of zombies in a wine cask. They were getting drunk and they tried to grab me.
why? What's the matter, Kazma? You jealous?
No.
I don't blame you. She's a beautiful lady.
What,
She's
the
a
I
zombie?
mean,
She's a little.
I might be a little have to spend time with a lady, but we've got better things to do.
Mm,
Yes.
yeah. She's a little short for my liking.
Could you go ahead and post the description of identify in Roll20 for me?
I guess I should. That would be kind. Display in VTT. How's that?
So, this key, as the 10 minutes pass, is not particularly magical in any way.
Okay.
Normal key.
Mundane. Was it created by a spell?
It was not.
It was just punched out of the... Okay.
Hmm.
All right. I'm going to, after I finish casting the spell, just...
All right, that's about 10 minutes. Regale us. Something juicy, I'm sure of it. Is it the way out? It's got to be. She knows what she is doing. Mark my words, tieflings.
It's just a key.
Yeah, we have names.
Just a
as
regular key.
It's
It's
what?
not even the... It's just a key. I'm gonna toss it at Phineas, who's holding a baby with one hand, presumably.
Yeah. Ah! Well, that's
It's a key.
for you, isn't it, Julian?
It is not magical in any way. Was not created by magical means.
Not
Yeah,
cursed.
Just a cold forged iron key.
Give to us. We have two hands. Why throw at the baby?
I think it's with how things are working in this house. I'm more than happy for Phineas to carry the key.
Oh, very well. All right. I'll just slip it into my
Do something cool.
this pocket. Eh?
Yeah,
What's-
yeah.
What? Well, this room looks fairly devastated. Perhaps we'll retrace our steps. What do you say? Should we try upstairs?
Well, are there any obvious any potential keyholes? Like the keys in the room, maybe the exit is here. Casimir's gonna approach the fireplace.
Ah.
Yeah, it's the
See-
fireplace.
You know, because he's got to go towards places where fire was, because that worked out so well for him
Yeah.
last time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's gonna approach the fireplace, see if there's any following the it's a haunted house. Maybe there's a secret entrance or something behind there. Looking for a mechanism, maybe a keyhole.
Hmm.
Not
Roll
possibly.
for investigation.
Okay.
Someone
will-
on the walls, perhaps. Someone playing with us.
While the investigation check is going on, I kind of want to go over to
And that's 11.
and I'm whisper in his ear. This dude's scary.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
Casma is rather intimidating, isn't he? He's got grand plans. He let me in on some of them once.
So, the 11. Nothing seems to be secretive about the fireplace, but as you're looking around it, you notice that there is something to the upper right hand corner of your eye. As you look up, it's another one of the portraits, and as you kind of look, it's the dwarvish man with a long red beard.
That's the man we saw in the other. The dwarf.
Oh, it is.
Of course.
Ah.
The one who said we should stay, yes?
Yes. Does he have? Are his eyes
can't-
scratched out?
The eyes are scratched out.
Hmm. Did he happen to have any signs of injury when you saw him? Sometimes ghosts have that around them, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
I'm only guessing.
No, this is true. I also saw The Sixth Sense. I know how it works with ghosts.
That was a good play. Shame
Yeah,
the ending. It was spoiled for me in
absolutely.
the end. Someone
Oh,
spoiled
was it spoiled to you when you were
yes.
on the lineup for the
Oh,
play?
God.
Yes.
I was on a cart once, and they just muttered about the ending. He was a ghost the whole time. Anyway,
Yeah. I mean,
There's my twist at the end.
it's such an exorbitant waste using all of that red dye. Such a difficult thing. All the roses they had to boil to get all of that just for a little bit.
No, they put on a private show at the Kharkov estate with real blood. People actually died during. The only way to watch it. Anyway, so these portraits are capturing our souls, and we're stuck inside. Okay.
it will be that these portraits are trophies
Well,
claimed by the house. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, have we seen any portraits without any people in them yet? Is there anything in the room looks like a portrait that's just blank?
So as you're gonna try to call back to what you've already seen throughout the house, roll for wisdom.
Me? Okay.
You're
I've been
always
doing.
asking.
Well, that's not a good roll. That's a 9.
Not that you quite are aware of.
Okay. Nothing.
All right. I see. Even if we found whatever this key is for, there's no possible way it would be as simple as pick the key up off the table, put it inside the lock. Now you are escaped from dungeon that hundreds of people have already died in.
No, certainly not.
I think Phineas is right. We should go upstairs.
Upstairs? There's, of course, that trapdoor downstairs into the basement if anyone fancies a trip into the subterranean.
Phineas?
I'm joking, of course. Upstairs gets my vote. I'd rather be up and,
I mean, if I was going to put a secret devil heart in a building, I would probably put it in the cellar.
at least we could blow a hole through the walls if we're trapped up there. What do you think?
I think if we could blow through a hole through the wall, we would have done it already. I also think if this were any other place, yes, we would go upstairs. But my vote is for the basement. I will tell you why. We have already established this is haunted house. We have to go through it. The worst possible place we could ever think of going is in the cellar. So yes, we go into the cellar because that is the way forward in the conceit of the haunted house, go to scary place.
Yeah, go to the stupidest place you can think of, the place that is the least
Absolutely.
probable, the most terrifying, and it's the place that everyone's going to go last.
In fact, I think that not only should we go, but somebody should say at the top of the stairs to the cellar, I'm going down to see what's down there, and then they should go down alone.
Could they say
Not
at
it.
least it can't get any worse?
Oh, nose game.
Casimir, that's you. You're going in the basement.
Oh my
All
gosh,
right.
this madman is chasing us. Let's go hide in the shack with all the chainsaws.
Let's go. I mean, it's not like the entire bottom is going to be full of just giant spike traps or just that the entire trapdoor is a mimic. That's not going to be a thing.
There's no fun, and there's no
No, stop making excuses and
sport
get
in
down
that.
there.
Oh no, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it's going to be fascinating. If I die, it's going to be glorious, and I'm going to haunt all of you.
I'm sure.
And with that, Jim, I think I'm heading towards the cellar door.
Yeah.
As Cherish passes, I'm just going to clap him on the shoulder. That's why I like keeping you around, you know.
So the cellar door is way back, right?
Yeah,
it's
we
on
have
the
to go
opposite
through
side
like
of
4
the
rooms
house.
to get there.
Yeah. Okay.
Very inconvenient some of these rooms are. There should be there should be a door here.
Design flaw.
You
Overlooked.
need to get something from the cellar and bring it all the way into the kitchen. You have to go.
Right,
Through
as,
the
we
dining-
go-
through the-
as we head towards the dining room, and we're going to pass the stairs, I'll look up the stairway. Do I see anything up there?
So as you look up the stairs, all you see is just a little gnomish girl wearing a nice blue tattered dress, just staring down at you, glowing red eyes.
the baby is gonna look back and then lift the little baby hand and wave.
It's like a cat. It can
Gnome
see
scroll
color.
lifts a finger to her lips.
How is Phineas creepier than the ghosts?
Don't greet strange children, Julian. Don't know where that's been.
Yeah.
Your tongue is under the
I mean-
damn trapdoor.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like at the top of the stairs, the ghost has like a bunch of paint cans on a string that she's gonna fling down if we go up there.
I'll give the little girl a sort of a nod, and I'll just sort of send a little minor illusion of a little rose that's gonna twirl around and eventually make its way to her. And I'm just gonna go. I'm walking. Nope.
When you round the corner to the cellar, I'm going to turn to you, Phineas. I'm going to say, what took you so long? Did you stop to talk to the ghost dwarf at the top of the stairs?
I think she was a gnome, actually.
Why would you do, or whatever, gnome, dwarf, they all look the same to me. Not an elf? Don't
What
care.
it's worth, I didn't talk to her. She just waved.
Okay.
Another one claimed by the house, I'm sure.
Look, the next time you do that, it's going to suck your soul out of your eyes. Something crazy is going to happen. I know what we were saying about jars of ice, but that is a jar that I don't. If it's alive or like a no, thank you.
Unfortunately for the ghost, my soul is spoken for.
Oh,
Dun,
very
dun,
romantic.
dun.
Oh, the baby, of course, the baby. Yes.
Okay.
What do you think, Cherish? You think you can crowbar the cellar door up?
I tried.
I mean, is there a keyhole?
There is.
Key.
Phineas,
Key.
give it to
Key.
Cherish.
Key.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll just pass the key over and. Don't mind the bite marks. These little, like, sharp little, like, teeth have, like, sort of, like, probed around the edges of the key. I know something.
Some sharp teeth there, I see. Ah, yes. And that's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one, yes.
Wow. They did call him the Bright King.
Oh, pink.
Never
I
mind.
see. Open. Key.
The lock unlatches. You're able to pull it out from the trapdoor if you so choose.
I did something good. Look at me. Open the door.
Very well done. You've earned your place.
There's a ladder.
Okay. A ladder.
Casimir, we already determined it was you. You
Yeah,
lost the nose
Casimir.
game. You go down first.
Does it look like there's enough space that he could do a quick fly down and skip the ladder?
Yeah, so it goes about like I mean it's a 5 by 5 foot opening. But the ladder just goes down about 10 feet.
No. There's part of him that's like, I'm not touching this ladder. So he just, wings come up and he just gently lets himself down with his wings.
Sure.
I thought that's not how you're.
It's he's got a point. You always let us believe they were close or something. You've been holding back on us, old man. Around this time, the baby's gonna slip out of Phineas's arms and just start hovering, and then it's just gonna start diving towards the trapdoor and turn invisible. And it's now gonna creep along upside down and invisible along the ceiling and just sort of get a look down there. And Phineas's eyes, meanwhile, upstairs, his eyes are rolled back in his head, and he's looking through the baby's eyes.
The baby, of course, turning its head 180 degrees to look down into the cellar. Like straight out of train spotting.
Yeah. And Casimir kind of like watching this as he goes down, saying, "You're setting me down, and then you're having the baby. I mean,
don't mind Julie. It was his idea. He's just giving you backup.
Yeah,
You're drawing the attention. That's the main thing. You're going to keep him safe. Thank you for volunteering.
Great. Yeah. Okay.
The baby says this, by the way, from his mouth. Just it's Phineas's voice. The baby just like starts speaking.
I hate this. I grew up with some really weird stuff in my house, but this is... I hate it when he does these. The baby is not cute when this happens. Cute in every other scenario.
Yeah.
So what do we say down there? Sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. So at the bottom of this there's a number of pillars, and there is a rug that's leading up to an altar. And on top of the altar, there is a chest.
Oh, it's just a sacrificial altar room.
Yeah. There's
It's
nothing
just a
down
normal
here.
basement.
There's certainly no chest that
Oh.
might have loot in it. I'm definitely not going to approach it on my own and see if there's something I can take that'll give me the advantage.
I don't know what we were so worried about. It's just like anyone else's basement with an altar on it. I'm gonna go down the ladder after Casimir.
Who's gonna
You can drag
start
and drop your
flying
tokens.
towards it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm coming down too, and the baby's gonna float down and nestle into my arms.
I guess I'm last.
Yeah. Come on down, Cherish. Whatever it
That's
is, it
to
can't,
die.
can't be as horrible as everything else we've seen. I'm sure we're just rounding the bend now. It's got to be. I couldn't say with a straight face.
Yeah, so the trapdoor is going to close and disappear behind you. Not disappear, it's just going to close.
Ah.
Like,
I mean, that fits. I mean, the pattern's formed.
It totally tracks, yes.
Yeah. And Casimir is going to go. He's not touching the ground. He's just flying straight towards the altar.
Sure.
Yeah, interesting. Some sort of.
ooh,
You know, they may have books on the subject upstairs, up in some library or something.
Yeah, the
That's true, I
books
did not see a
probably.
library.
The books probably all have teeth. Let's be honest.
That's fair.
Well, you just
Well.
have to know how to speak to them. Books don't bite if you're gentle.
No. What's the fun?
You see anything at the altar? Anything sordid?
There's a
Let's
chest, a
see.
large obsidian chest.
Okay.
God, don't cut the eyes off that chest.
So should we check it for traps? Does anyone have that ability to?
You're asking
Where's
me
the rogue?
if you should check it for traps. It's your turn.
Well, but the rogue disappeared in the fight before, and did they die, or did we just not see them die, or did they leave?
It's true. For all we know, the rogue could be here in the room with us right now. Always very creepy he was with the invisibility. Never
Yeah.
trusted that rogue, I did.
Yeah. Buttercup, where are you? Are you here? I don't remember if that was his name. It just sounds fun.
No, he's dead, Casimir. Stand back, would you? I'm gonna reach my hands out and just with telekinesis, because I have that too. I'm just gonna start rattling the chest with my mage hand, just to see if it's gonna blow up. Nothing.
No spikes, no traps are triggered, nothing.
I think it's safe.
Okay. Well, I mean, I said I'd take the lead, so I will take the risk and the reward. And he's going to fly towards it and try to open it.
Yeah, so the chest opens quite easily.
Okay. Is there anything inside?
So you look over and you peer down into the chest, and what you see is that there is no bottom at the base of the chest that you would expect. In fact, it goes several more feet down, and there's just a pool of this bubbling greenish yellow liquid. And as you look
Okay.
down, it begins to build up, coming towards the surface.
I think we made a mistake. I think we're in trouble. And he's just flying. He flies further up.
I will say this room is about it's about 10 feet from floor to ceiling. Give me a second here. I'm going to put a token on here. The token's not an actual creature. It's just so I can do an aura thing.
Understood.
Yeah. So this liquid, as you guys watch, as this liquid begins to overflow out of this chest and onto the floor at about a 5-foot radius around it.
Oh god. Oh god. Back to the ladder. Back to the ladder.
Yeah, I start to go up the ladder.
We're
You-
flooding.
watch as the entire room begins to shake.
Ah.
The walls that are stone begin to turn red, pinkish even.
We're being devoured. We're
The
being digested.
Pillars begin to turn purple and begin to slither and whip.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast on the walls.
As that happens, it groans. The
Ew.
house begins to groan and shake.
Again. You'll let us go, or I'm going to give you indigestion. Do you hear me?
And at this point, everybody, I need you all to please roll initiative.
Initiative. Oh my
I
god.
can do that.
You mind putting my my familiar back on? Ooh, God.
Yes,
Really
I do
wish
mind,
I-
actually. I mind a lot.
You do? Okay. I'll let you do it on your own.
And I realize I haven't had a token for my familiar either, but they're not going to be participating in combat. Merlin is not a fighter.
Thank you.
Did that not go through? It did not. Okay.
All right. Here's Julian.
We're gonna use some different music I got here.
Okay. Okay.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Why did that not go through?
What's going on?
Do I get the 8 or the 3?
What did you roll first? You
8.
probably double rolled and then just replaced the old one. So what did you roll there, Casimir?
I rolled a 7.
7. Okay, let me roll the 3 initiatives for this creature.
3 initiatives.
These are some.
to wonder.
These are
we have
some
combat.
real, like caster initiative rolls, guys.
Yeah.
There
So-
are very clearly no
Oh yeah.
dexterity.
I am just
Yeah.
using the tentacle tokens as placeholders, but this creature does get to attack 3 times at 3 different turn orders during this from any of the tentacles it chooses.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in a bad place right now.
I'm in a bad place too, but like inside, internally, I haven't been very pleased with my time in Mystery Digestion House.
Top of the round, the liquid comes out of the chest and goes about 5 more feet. And we're gonna go ahead and start with this. I'm gonna have to turn to my side here, so excuse me for a second. Because I'm now at my DM computer. All right, so top of the round, the creature is going to go. One of the tentacles is going to lash out, and it is going to go against Phineas here.
Ah. No, please.
Indeed.
I'm a father.
Phineas, that is going to be a 24 to hit.
Ah, God, it hits.
It hits. All right, that is going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage as this tentacle whips out and hits you. And as it does so, you are now stuck to the tentacle as it seems to have an adhesive ability. And you are considered grappled by the tentacle.
Got it. Grappled.
The next tentacle is going to lash out, and it is going to go against Casimir here. Casimir does a 27 hit.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
that's going to be 24 points of bludgeoning damage, 1 point away from max.
Oh, okay. That's a couple points of damage. Yeah.
As
yeah.
it reaches out, and you are also considered grappled. So these 2 tentacles here are now grappling the 2 of you respectfully. But like not in a respectful way, but like
Respectfully.
the 2 of you in position. You guys know what I mean. So, Lady Gwynevere, it is now your turn. Cherish, you are on deck.
Okay. So the only creatures that I can see are these tentacles. Is that
Right.
or these these like purplish? Okay. I am going to. Well, I'm not going to touch it. That's for sure. Let's just start with a firebolt. Let's just launch a firebolt at this one that's nearest to me.
Okay, go ahead and roll for Firebolt.
Here's a 14 to hit. How'd I do?
14 does not hit. The fireball bolt did make contact with the tentacle itself, but it just kind of shook it off. It doesn't seem to be powerful enough to do damage to this creature.
Okay. I'm going to look at Phineas, who's grappled to this thing, with whom I have an alliance. And Phineas, I think we make eye contact for a moment. And I'm going to shout, "It's every man for himself," and I'm going to scramble up the ladder and see if I can't open up this latch.
So the latch is not budging. You're banging on this wooden door, and you've already used your action.
I knew I should have prepared to knock. Ugh.
How's that working out for you?
As
Okay,
Chase is just being whipped around in the air. How's that working out for you? Go ahead, Cherish.
So, where did it go? I'm going to go up to Casimir and touch them with, I hope this works because I'm not sure. Freedom of movement.
Should work.
Freedom of movement. You touch a willing creature for a
Excellent
duration. The target's movement is unaffected by difficult terrain, and spells and other magical effects can either reduce the target's speed or cause. So, they are grappled, and you are able to target also expend 5. Yeah. So on the next turn, Casimir will be able to expend 5 feet of his movement to escape from the grasp of this creature.
Oh, awesome.
Very cool.
That is brilliant.
Very nice.
Brilliant.
It is not magical.
That was what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. 30. Wow. Shoot. I'm going back again. And that is all I can do.
Okay. Phineas, it is now your turn.
All right, and I'm just going to take I'm going to fire off an Eldritch Blast at this tentacle, at where its origin point is. It's 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Okay, I'm dealing 10 points of force damage to this tentacle. Let go, Daniel!
Okay.
10 points. How's it looking?
You hear a large roar of pain reverberate throughout the entire chamber around you as you hit this tentacle at its base, which is actually attached to the floor, which is also turning this sickly purplish pink fleshy look. It does do 10 points of force damage.
Another blast is a 12 to hit. I'm not sure if that hits or not.
12 will not hit.
Okay, final blast will do 16 to hit.
That will just
16.
hit.
Excellent, good to know. 14 points of force damage.
All right, a total of 24 points of force damage. Really good.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to clutch onto the child, plant a kiss on his head, and then Misty Step out of the clutches of this tentacle.
Okay,
There.
very good.
Yeah, just as far as I can get. Boom. That's the turn.
So this tentacle is, I'm sorry, it does, I keep forgetting, like the turn does not reflect the token. Okay, so the scene that you just like Misty stepped out of the tentacle is going to constrict in on itself and just grasp air, and then it's going to turn around and whip and go after Cherish.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Cherish does an 11 hit.
No.
So as it turns out, it whips and grabs at you. You manage to duck out of the way, and it just lashes at the wall behind you and completely misses.
Nice.
Casimir, it is now your turn.
Okay. So Casimir has freedom of movement, so he's going to, with this ability, just kind of use 5 feet of his movement and just kind of slip out of the grasp of the tentacle to start.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really do anything with the Blade Song. I want to flavor it a bit, so he's going to activate his Blade Song anew.
Okay.
So for me, it's kind of, I'm looking at it as a sympathetic bond. It's an infernal incantation. He starts humming and singing for a moment, and it reverberates through the blade, which is also enhancing, and sort of, you can kind of feel this infernal incantation feeding into it, enhancing his abilities, and kind of just, yeah. And gonna go in for start with a couple attacks on the tentacle he just escaped from.
Okay.
Dark Paladin.
Yeah, and he's holding one hand behind his back, just like a complete badass, long sword in one hand and going for slashes. All right, so that is 19 to hit to start on the first one.
19 will hit.
Okay. And that is, it's actually a really good roll. 13 slashing.
13 points of slashing damage. Yep.
Yeah, going to go for a second attack with his second attack action. That's a natural 20.
Natural 20 will hit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like
Oh my
those. I take those.
Yeah, I know. That was the prestige dice that gave me that, by the way.
Nice to know.
Sweet.
Rigged.
Yeah,
They
we
sent
did
you
it.
a rigged dice.
Yeah. So we double the die, right?
You roll the die, double the value, add your modifier.
Okay. Okay. So that is 16 slashing on that one.
16 points of slashing damage.
All right. Does it look okay?
It's taking quite a bit of damage. You found a critical point. You feel like you struck a nerve in its biology. The tentacle still stands.
You know what? Action surge. Let's do it again.
Sure.
Nice.
That's a natural 1.
That will fail.
Not the prestige die. It's my
Keep
fault.
using the prestige. It's been baked. It's ready to go.
And the prestige one gave me a 17.
17 will hit.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a natural 20 followed by a natural 1. And that is 12 slashing.
12 points of slashing. All right. Anything else for your turn?
Going to move further away.
Okay.
So let's just confirm my movement speed. So I have 5 speed of 30 feet. So it's hard to see the grid here. So
So it's the smaller squares.
yeah,
Each
or
grid
four, yeah,
is 4 of those.
yeah, 10.
Here, let me see if I can actually.
Yep. You've moved.
Yeah, that puts me here. That 30's there, so I'm good. So kind of in the middle of the room, a little bit further away from the tentacles.
So with the amount of damage it's sustained, this creature has sustained during this, you watch as the liquid coming up from the chest is now completely gushing and pouring out significantly faster.
Okay. Yeah. So hurting it makes this worse. So let's do this quickly, and maybe we can kill it.
Have you tried? Can you close the chest? Close the damn chest.
That's
That's
not
his
what I
turn.
wanted to
So.
do. That is his turn. There we go. I feel like that grid would be easier to see. Do we feel it? Okay. All right. It's now its turn. You watch as this tentacle over here shrinks down back down into the fleshy floor
Of course.
and
it does.
pops back up over here.
Ah.
It does not
Why
attack
not?
on its turn though.
Okay. Ooh.
This
Okay.
one here is going to go after Cherish.
No. We cherish
Cherish,
you.
that's gonna be a 25 to hit.
Can I? What's a reaction?
any spell that says like you can do one reaction per round, it resets on your turn, and anything that is classified as a reaction you can do.
Anything with a casting time of reaction.
So yeah, that would work. You can cast that spell as a reaction. Or is that what you're doing?
Yes. I didn't know how reactions worked. I didn't know if you had to actually
so it's
get hit
basically
for
you
it.
just react against something.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So that entropic ward makes a creature roll for disadvantage against you. So let's roll again. Let's see if you got
Lovely.
value out of it. That is going to be a 12 to hit.
I'm 12.
12,
that
so
mean?
it just hits. That is a. Are you equipping your armor right now?
You have to cast mage armor at the start of the session.
Did you? He did cast mage armor at the start of the session.
Oh, then your AC is 15, my friend.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, you did.
He did.
Yes.
It's when the dog was coming out of the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Plus 8 hours.
Oh,
Go on.
yeah. No, it did not.
So it does not hit. All right. So it will once again last shot, and you manage to deflect it with your arcane armor that is currently like a very thin silvery veil around your silhouette. As the tentacle just like bounces off, unable to penetrate the barrier. Miss Gwenover, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm going to say I have to do everything myself. And I'm going to scupper down the ladder and move 30 feet. Gets me exactly 60 feet away from this chest. And with telekinetic feet, my range on Mage Hand is 60 feet. And so I'm going to reach out with a Mage Hand and try to pull the chest close.
Okay. So as you pull, the lid does shut, but we'll have to see what happens.
That's my turn. That's an action, a move, and I'm not taking a bonus action. So
Okay. Cherish, it is now your turn. Phineas Rex is on deck.
So, if I have advantage on the creature, is it just that tentacle or is it the whole house itself?
You don't know.
this is a philosophical question. Is the tentacle a separate identity from the house? Very interesting. Let's all sit down and talk about this.
God, I love Gwen.
So I'm going to. What do I want? I think I'm going to go to this one right here.
Mhm.
Hit it with Chill Touch.
What was it? Chill touch? That's a ranged spell. You don't have to move closer to it.
Oh,
Chill
never mind.
touch is like mage hand, but deadly.
Yeah, the name is a misnomer.
Mm.
It's more of a chill blast.
Chill hand.
Chill.
Ghostly
Chill
hand
hand.
reaches out and grabs the creature.
It's not even chill. It's necrotic damage. It's not cold
Yeah.
damage.
Ghostly
all
hand would
backward.
have been it better, yeah.
But you can
Yeah.
roll to attack with it.
Ghost gun.
That sounds
Spirit
awesome.
shoot.
Yeah, sure.
Because
Advantage,
Ghost
right?
Finger Blast does not sound as fun.
Good baby.
12 does not hit.
Do I get advantage with that?
Yeah, so you get to roll a second time.
Oh!
Oh!
A natural
Nice.
20, very nice.
Oh,
Snap.
Take those.
now.
Okay.
Nay.
See. That's what happened. Whoa, that was a lot. 14.
14. So,
And then
that is 28. I believe.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, 28. It's all pure dice rolls. There's no modifiers to it. So 28 points of
Yeah.
damage. All right, very nice. Is that your turn?
Wait. I
you-
rolled.
you roll vampiric
Bang.
touch damage.
Yeah, I rolled for the wrong thing.
Ah,
Crap.
It's okay.
It's fine, you can
just
just
hit the chill touch
roll.
button and roll 20.
just, just, roll the chill touch button. There you go.
There you go.
first.
So 12.
Okay.
12 total.
I apologize. I didn't even realize until I read it.
Oh,
You're good.
Okay.
I didn't catch it either. And I
Would've
will
been very
say
cool.
that Chill Touch has a secondary ability where the creature cannot heal for the next round.
Yes, it does.
So that is
Ooh.
interesting. Phineas, it is now your turn.
Indeed. Right. Rather startled by the tentacle that's just erupted from the floor nearby, I'm going to back up a little bit to about there. And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast again. Damn thing here. This one right here.
Okay.
Wait, how's this one looking? Is it alright? We've blasted it a few times.
I mean, that one has taken quite a bit of damage.
Indeed. Let's try to lop it up, shall we? First blast goes off, it's 13 to hit, which I don't think hits.
That's not.
Next one goes off and it's 16 to hit, which I think just hits.
16 does just hit.
And it's going to deal 10 points of force damage.
10 points of force damage. With that, the tentacle will be knocked out.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
All right, I directed a 15 to hit blast of Eldritch Blast to this one right here, but I don't think the 15 hits.
It does not.
Okay,
It
so
just
just sort of
misses.
like wildly. Ah!
Check your fire. Check your fire.
We'll be right. That's the turn.
All right. So the creature is going to go once more. This tentacle is going to just trying to get Cherish real badly. It's going to reach out because he's been lucking out this entire time. Cherish, that is going to. I think your luck ran out there, friend. 17 to hit.
Yep.
Ooh.
All
That
right,
hits.
Cherish, you are going to take 19 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled by the tentacle as it wraps around you.
1 minus 19.
Unacceptable.
Do.
Oh, I don't know math.
19 points of damage.
Yep. And that is its turn. It is now Casimir's turn.
Okay, Casimir seeing his tiefling ally in danger. I'm gonna take a quick glance. Does it look like the fluid is still spewing from the recently closed chest?
The box is shuddering.
Okay. So he's going to. I assume it's this tentacle here.
Yep.
Okay. So it's gonna come in close, look it in the eye, and stab.
Stab. Okay, roll for stab.
I'm gonna be basic
Stab.
right now. Basic fighter. Slashing slash. It's a natural one.
That'll do. Fada. That will do.
And a natural one.
Oh my god.
2 natural ones. It's a 1 in 400 chance.
Too bad we're not
Yeah.
giving out dice tonight because we
Yeah.
would be giving out all the dice.
You roll one more nat 1 and you gotta send the dice back.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, those are two
Definitely the terms and
separate
conditions of the
dice.
giveaway.
So I'm going to retire my shiny green dice that I was also using. I'm gonna pull out another set of dice that does not belong to this character.
I very much like my opalite gemstone dice. They
Yeah.
always roll high for me.
Well, I'm gonna be buying new dice tomorrow. That's for sure. I'm gonna keep the prestige ones for my active gaming, but these shiny green ones have not served me well. Rated. So that's his actions. What do I have as a bonus action? I suppose I should look at that as my accent shifts once again. You ever have that moment you realize you didn't pick enough bonus action spells? Okay. So as a bonus action, he's going to look at it scolding. That's his point. Yeah, just giving it like a glaring red look, which, you know, red eyes, devilish looking man. If it wasn't a giant tentacle monster, probably might be intimidating.
So you watch as the box being held down by this mage hand blasts open and a spray of acid goes across the room.
Acid. Oh.
Yep.
And it gets Casimir.
Of course it does.
It gets Casimir. As
I have a reaction for that.
do ya? Is it absorb elements?
It's absorb elements.
That
Do
is gonna 3 natural ones on a D10 roll for a 3 points of acid damage.
Okay, so I'll take half of 3.
That is a 1 in 1,000 chance of happening, I believe.
You know,
On 3d10, yeah.
is that like as many natural ones in a row as we could have had? Because I rolled 2 d20s and you rolled 3 natural ones on that.
Yeah.
We'll do this. So it's a what? So it's a 20 times 20, which is 400, times 10, which is 4,000, 400,000 chance.
400,000.
Yeah.
But also, one could argue as a programmer myself that not all random number generating libraries or methods are truly randomized. So we'll keep the technical talk away from that.
Yeah. So D&D Beyond, if it rolls one more natural one, you have to sponsor.
So that is that, and it's now the creature's turn. You watch as it's going to pull Cherish into the acid.
No.
Acid, I need a
yay.
strength saving throw with disadvantage, please, Mr. Cherish. Which is not your strong suit, because that's a 6. So you get pulled in over here, whipped around, and this is where you're going to do the 7 points of acid damage.
I love it.
I can tell. I can hear it in your voice, the excitement.
It is the Halloween, our first ever Halloween one shot. The characters ended up being implanted with a larva from Mind Flayers. The second one, they ended up learning that they were all dead at the end.
Classic.
Yeah, that was a success one. This one, we're gonna live at the end.
Wait a second. Were there pictures of those characters in this mansion?
No.
Could be.
So,
Big twist.
I mean, that would different universe though. So
Yeah, but-
for the next turn, this tentacle here is going to pop down and pop up right here, and that will be its turn as it relocates. Gwynover, it's your turn.
I'm going to Misty Step back to the. These things have an effective reach of 10 feet, right?
But you've seen that's the maximum they've reached for somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it happen. So I'm going to Misty Step up, back over to the ladder, and this is a new tentacle that has not been engaged in combat yet. However, this one over here that's got everybody all in a hustle, that one's been hit. I've seen it been hit. This is a true statement that I have said, yes?
Yes.
I am going to toll the dead. You'll hear a bell ring, and I must make a wisdom save, DC 15.
DC 15. This might surprise you. This creature is not that wise. That is
A
going to
worthy
be
foe.
a 13.
13 fails. Take 2d12 necrotic. That will be 15. 15 necrotic damage on that
15
tentacle.
points of necrotic damage. Very well. You watch as like all the tentacles are starting to like convulse and seize, and it seems like the walls are beginning to pulsate in and out as
Okay.
well.
What's
I'm
the
gonna,
matter? Something you ate?
for my move action, I'm going to climb to the top of the ladder.
Okay.
Oh god.
And my turn.
All right, Cherish, it is now your turn. Remember, you are grappled.
I love that. I was trying to find the thing I was going to use, and I still haven't found it.
Misty Step is always good.
I don't have that. I'm not
Yeah.
cool. I can't find what I was wanting to do. So, can I just? So what does it mean to be grappled? Like, does that mean I
Your
have to
movement
use
speed is
movement
0.
to do something?
And if you want to try to break free, it takes your action.
Am I able to attack the thing that's grappled to
Yeah.
me while I'm there?
Grapple does not affect your attacks.
Okay, well, I'm using vampiric touch then
Yes.
on this little tentacle thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Please be good.
+5.
18.
Ooh.
18 will hit.
Ooh, that's
Roll
good.
damage.
Ooh, that's good.
And that was kind of bad.
11 points of necrotic damage, and you will heal back 5 as a result
Nice.
of that.
Yeah.
3. Here.
That's good.
Always.
Nice
Very
work.
Yeah. Well played.
All right.
Let's see.
Cherish, is that your turn?
I don't think I can do anything else. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
All right, Mr. Phineas Rex, it is now your turn.
All right, Phineas is going to dart for the door, the ladder, and he's going to stand under. He's there looking up as Guinevere's attempting to get up the damn thing. He's going to look back at the two tieflings. Oh, for hell's sake! And he's going to just toss a bunch of Eldritch Blasts at the one that's grappling Cherish. Here we
Okay.
go. Here we go. Take 12 to hit. Nope.
Miss.
Come on. This time
Come on,
it's going to be
yes.
24 to hit.
That will hit.
Here we go.
Dealing 7 points of force damage.
That tentacle will drop Cherish
Ooh.
as it is now no longer existing.
Excellent. 17 to hit
That
this
will also
one next
hit.
to me. Okay, and finally it's going to deal 8 points of force damage to
8
it.
points of force damage. Okay.
Get up here already. We need to get the hell out of this place.
Is Cherish okay?
May I use my
I'm
bonus
okay.
action? Let's see. Within 30 feet. Is he within 30 feet of me? Oh no, sorry. He's outside of my range. I'm gonna reach up, but I won't be able to pull him closer.
Okay.
That's it. That's my turn. Yeah.
So, what options do I have here? So this tentacle is going
None.
to move
Surrender.
right here, and that will be its turn. Casimir, it is
Okay.
now your turn.
Okay. Right. Okay. So we're seeing Cherish, our dear friend, our only person we can trust here. About to fall in acid. He's gonna go for the tentacle that's clearly trying to mess with him.
Never trust a tiefling, Phineas. No offense, Julian.
Yeah. Treating us like we're some great betrayers or something.
I'm a Cambion.
Yeah. And say, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's go for 2 attacks again.
Okay.
Okay. Well, natural 1. And then the other one's a 22.
Okay.
22 will hit.
Yep. Have to say, it's a good run so far. That was 4 natural 1s of the last handful of attacks. So, yeah. So let's do some damage while I recover from the shock of what just happened. And that is going to be 12 slashing on the
12
creature.
slashing damage. How do you want to do this?
It's going to be gonna start with cutting into the side and just like slash straight up through it. And I don't know if it takes anything, but technically I had absorb elements, so it's going to do some acid damage too.
Yeah, so it's actually immune to acid damage. But, however, as you like slash, you also slash something across the floor, and this creature is roaring, and the tentacles all fall lifeless. And then the room continues to shake.
Okay.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And he's going to. I don't have an action left, so I can't really help. Cherish. It's gonna fly further away. Is that the end of combat? I suppose is the way of putting it.
So as you guys watch as the room is no longer moving, the whole area begins to shake and tremble, and you watch
Okay.
as the acid continues to flow and
of a
begins to
closed
fill up
chest?
the room.
Impossible. It cannot be.
The chest open.
Um,
Try Try the latch. Try to get out.
Yeah, I'm like shaking with the latch, like fighting to get it open.
Yeah, so go ahead and make a strength check. As this is happening, you all are kind of like gathering at the bottom of this ladder as the room is continuing to fill.
Cosmic, get up there.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9 on strength.
That will not do it. So
Yeah,
you're just continually banging on the wood.
What I will do, because I can tell I'm not strong enough to get this, but I am not coming down off this ladder and letting other people who are far more qualified up. I am going to reach into my handy haversack, pull out 50 feet of rope, which all adventurers keep with them at all times. Hold on one end, drop the other one, cast rope trick. And I am going up into my rope zone.
Oh.
Y'all are welcome to follow me, but this is where I'm going to be. You guys can deal with this latch. Tell me when it's done. I didn't say any of that in Gwyn's voice because she's not saying it out loud. She's literally just going into her rope trick.
He really is remarkably self-serving.
That's what I am.
I appreciate it, but we don't have time for this. And he's going to switch to his Morning Star and go and start trying to hack away at it while flying underneath it.
Yeah, so you are continuing to hit the wooden door. Go ahead and roll a strength check. At this point, the acid is completely covering the floor and is now about 5 feet up.
It's burning my shoes.
That's cocked. First attempt was a good old 9. 9. And then the next one, if I got to follow up, is 19.
19? Okay. Yeah, so as you hit it the first time, just a little bit weak, and then you hit it for the second time, and as you hit the door, your vision flashes for a second. That you see a different wooden surface above you. But you can also hear the panic and actually cries of pain of Cherish and Phineas behind you as there is now acid rising up to their waist and above.
I'm pulling up the rope. I'm going up the rope trick.
Yeah.
Getting out.
So his next one is actually going to be a booming blade.
Yeah.
So that's a natural 1.
We love it.
Yep.
So at this point, the room is completely now filled with this digestive acid, as you are now all kind of like holding your breath and feel like you're suffocating, you're choking as this room is continuing to fill, and you're continuing to beat on this wooden door. And as you sit here and continue to beat, and all of you kind of like start to gather on this door, hanging on the rope in this air, kind of sharing this space and continually beating on this wooden door, you all continue, as with each strike your vision flashes each time. And finally, with this final strike, you hit this wooden surface, the door burst open, and there is sunlight in each of your eyes. However, you are no longer next to each other. You're no longer in a forest. You hear gasp of alarm and shock as each one of you sits up and looks around to find you're all each in your own individual graves, beating open the wooden lid of your own individual coffins. There are individual citizens from the Lawmaster's office in Stagreach that are standing around you.
Mm-hmm.
And an elvish one. You all were dead.
I know this is not time to ask, but has anyone seen my baby?
And with that question,
well, I'm gonna brush myself. I'm gonna stand up, brush myself off, and I'm gonna look at the crowd and say, "A necromancer cannot bring themselves back from the dead? What kind of wizard would I be?"
We have been sent back to show you the path.
No, don't.
Be prepared to serve.
I spring up, cast wall of fire around us, except for leaving a gap to run out, and run, let's go, and we go.
Yeah, I'll polymorph myself into
I
an
think
eagle
that's
and
the
fly
end.
away.
And that is a story for perhaps another time, as that will conclude the one shot that we have experienced this evening. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to our adventure this evening. It was a great Halloween special and a fantastic job from all of our guest role players for this evening. It was truly great. So thank you so much for everyone for tuning in and watching the show, and those who stuck along, came and went. This entire recording will be available next Tuesday on the podcast network and on YouTube as well. So for those of you who were here and you might have missed any of it, don't worry, you can catch up. You can join our Discord by using the command !Discord in our chat for a direct link. We play all sorts of games together. Dead by Daylight, Super People, Fortnite, Sea of Thieves, Overwatch 2, and Modern Warfare 2 is coming out soon as well. So it's going to be a great time. That's the invite link for that. I'd like to thank each individual one of our role players. Fantastic job, everybody. Wes, Michael, Guy, Noah. It was a really, really good time. Fantastic work from your characters. And I don't have much else to say.
I have one person to thank.
Absolutely.
You, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for putting it all together.
Oh,
no
you're
problem.
so well.
Those things are, you have no idea how much are not needed right now. So thank you so much. You put the baby away. So with that, everybody have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.